great friend, Golrun, that it was, in fact, an abomination of nature, an offspring of an orc and a Goliath. Which
That's a bit much for abomination.
Well, that's the thing in lawful and civilized orcish society, orcs with orcs. That's the law. And anything else they kill because that's an abomination. And I'm just glad none of us choose to play half orcs. I guess they might be tolerated if they are with humans, but probably not let into the Holy Land and such. On the body of the Goliath, Gork.
Gork sounds better.
Really? You can just go with Fork.
No, that's a Gork. We found.
I hope you are glad with this name,
a 50 gold piece in a pouch, a small ring, a platinum band with an emerald, and a letter with an open seal. You have seen the letter in the chat, and as we've gone through the letter multiple times, trying to figure out its meaning and its importance, we were filled with more and more anxiety. Aside from that, there was also a strange flask in a sort of hourglass shape, where the two hourglass bottle parts have a green and a purple liquid. The sort of spigots of these two bottles collided in a valve that seems to mix the two liquids in a certain ratio. We also found 8 additional bolts to his crossbow, but the crossbow was shattered into a million pieces, so we can use them as...
We can just throw the table legs. We can't shoot them.
Yeah. I guess we can use them as pointy clubs.
You can use them as javelins.
Yeah, you can use them as javelins. Yep. So, to go down the list of interests in the letter, we came to the conclusion that the captain that we log around was, by our best estimate, is the bastard of Inktar, who is the High Lord of Bladestone, the sort of elected leader of the city council. He is not a nobility or ruler by any real measure beyond, a choice, but he is a very powerful sort of merchant. He's got the power in the city, and he has great influence in the on the continent, almost anywhere. Goran told us that Brawl is certainly an orcish name, but it's quite common, so it's not really referring to any person that he might know. He knew a Brawl, but he's dead, so probably another Brawl. The Unity is the primordial being that the being or force or who knows what that created the primordial, which after that created the shepherds. Apparently, by rumors, this order...
The Unity made the shepherds.
No, the primordial was that made the shepherds. The Unity created the primordial.
Okay.
So it's like the pre-god.
The pre-god. The god before the god who made the god.
Apparently, the Order of Unity is a sort of secret sect that are generally considered charlatans, as they believe that the gods and the shepherds is all bullshit, it's all fake, and it's the unity that was robbed, sort of, or imprisoned, or
Table
it's
smash.
power. Yeah. But that is not confirmed in any way. That is just rumors, and they are generally secret society, conspiracy theorists, crazy people.
So idiots.
Sorry?
Idiots.
Yeah, probably. So, regarding the moons,
I'm not wrong.
regarding the moons and that ring. So, with a lot of investigation and the use of the magnifying glass that Saline carries around, we determined that the
Hey, one round.
emerald on the you should
Oh
have.
yes, I do. I forget. Sorry.
I didn't.
All good thing someone remembered.
Because you're an investigator, I knew you had a magnifying glass. So,
I'm not against it.
the ring with the emerald is apparently some sort of not really device, but a signally. There's an inscription in it that seemed to show a moon phase. Is that right, Artie?
Something like that.
So it is basically a crescent moon with an arrow through it. And we can only assume that sort of refers to some sort of moon phase, as the two moons, Onsea and the Ram, that are floating above the world, Onsea not moving ever, and being creepy and white and egg, and the Ram being tiny and red and zooming around, sometimes going behind Onsea. Ram goes east to west, and Onsea goes west to east. Salin is started referring to Onsea as the Unity Moon Egg, just so you know. When I say that, I refer to that.
What the Unity? What?
Sorry,
Don't worry,
you guys hear noises in the background. Bowser has the zoomies and he's scratching everything.
So, cute. We have also learned that a Gork more than likely came from the rowing hordes, which are these over 6,000 people, large orcish tribes that go around the tundra without ever really settling. They live by the old ways. They do sometimes trade, but mostly they just kill and hunt. And Gorland said that they might be more, accepting of, abominations.
Right.
Once we've done that, we made our way. We parted with Gorland. His lovely man left to his business, and we decided to take a rest in the forest, well, on the edge of the forest, before deciding really what we're going to do. Here, Sirocco took out the captain's body and noticed that it's begin to decay.
Okay.
But quick refreezing should do its job.
We were freezing.
Well, we didn't have fucking.
No, it's not a freezing. Freezer stack. The hamburger. Put in freezer.
What was that fucking cleric spell that we should have needed?
Gentle repose.
Hold on, I gotta.
Yeah, gentle repose does.
Yeah. We would have needed a nice gentle repose for that guy, but
I think I can cast that spell.
Oh, nice. Well, if only we had that.
I don't. Oh no, I can.
Nice.
Just need to prepare it.
Well, we're long resting at the moment, so consider it. But during this long rest here, our friend Icarus had a little incursion. Where, yep,
Oh yeah, true.
he was informed by mysterious, creepy, and horrifying ways.
Not too much, just not entirely mysterious.
Yeah, some, basically he was told that Murasekai knows, and he's coming for his ass.
And she's not very happy about it. The Lich.
Rizal Murasakai, who we know that, for friends is definitely Rizal Ghul, but, for not friends, Rizal Murasakai, who is also referred in the letter as a great threat. It seems they are not the only one who are at great risk of being attacked by the Master of Ice Rack.
Mm-hmm.
But of course,
Ice rack.
yeah. But as crazy, stupid adventurers sometimes do, we of course told Icarus that it's fine. We'll face it together.
No.
While Sirocco assured him that, to be honest, it's not really worth selling him off to the Lich because Lich's not going to pay for it. Lich,
Yeah, but
probably just
push him and run away.
yeah, but even then, just for being associated with him, he might just kill us. So at this point, like, there's not
this
really
is
any
bad,
turning
boss.
back. So after this wonderful time in the forest, we put away the bodies once again and decided to head back to Port Jurek. As heading towards Bladestone would take at least 2.5 more weeks, if I remember correctly.
Mm-hmm.
So we would not make it back when the murderer comes
Wait,
back.
to Port Jurek?
No, to Bladestone.
To Bladestone will take 2.5 weeks, yeah. Not to Port Jurek.
Yeah.
Port Jurek
Port
is like
Ju-
3 days, 4 days.
The last thing I remember
My
happening
tabletop
is,
simulator just crashed.
yeah, mine as well, so I'm relogging now.
Tabletop.
But I was just getting there. But
Oops, same here.
Tabletop crashing?
I think everybody's crashed.
no, to where Snakes was living. So during our way heading
Lots
back
of things
towards
apparently crashed.
heading back towards the city, we were caught in a snowstorm. First, coming down gently, then more horribly. And at some point we realize if we don't, find shelter, we'll horribly die and freeze to death. Surprisingly conveniently, we stumbled across a small cabin.
Wasn't very surprisingly convenient. It was a very high survival bonus.
A
Yeah.
small cabin, maybe 10 feet cube, I think. It's really small.
So we found
But-
a small cabin in the middle of a snowstorm.
Yep. And by our, by our
Powers
estimate,
combined.
the small cabin was actually made by the Stone Singers. And this small cabin has one very particular feature that, intrigued everyone. This enormous staircase leading from both sides upwards unsupported. Towards basically the heavens. A staircase leading so high up that we could not see how high
You
up
mean
it led.
Stairway to Heaven?
No. It was a spiral staircase. Definitely.
Can't even enjoy good shows.
No, it's for brand safety. That's copyrighted. In the small hovel, we've quickly made camp, ignoring the spooky sky staircase that leads to the Unity Egg.
The Unity Egg.
And try to make sure that the snowstorm stays outside. As we settle down to rest, in the hovel we discovered something. A strange patterning on the wall. These sort of lines that seem to spiral in a single spot on the far wall. On that far wall there was, of course, an indentation of a shape of a handprint.
Okay, which one of you idiots? Did
As
that?
Sirocco discovered it, as he learns from his mistakes, he asks Pagma to touch it.
Oh, cool.
You just see, Hardy, I'm playing a much more reasonable character now.
Yep.
Touching one weird thing in your life is enough. So, as Pagma touched the handprint, suddenly, between the spiraling staircases, an enormous spire shot out towards the sky. A sky piercer, as you would call it.
We don't want to talk about it because it ruins the egg unity theory.
No, that definitely not. That's the that's to pierce the egg and release the yolk.
The fuck is...
But we don't look at it because we are long resting. Ignore the sky piercer and the staircase. But unfortunately, during his first watch, there was one person who was unable to ignore the temptation. Roth.
Pagma.
Roth.
Roth.
As Roth is during the night visited by a floating hand and a familiar voice, well, not really familiar, but feminine, calling him to come with her out into the storm and dance with her. And as you do, I guess, Roth takes the hand and it pulls him towards the outside, up the spiraling staircase to the moon tower, to the very, very top of the spire.
Yeah, it takes about 15 minutes to get up there, by the way.
Yeah, surprisingly fast, as it's very high.
Yeah.
And as they dance on the top of the spire, which is I think was like 15 feet radius, something like that.
No,
Weird.
at the top of the spire, there's like a base. There's like a
Oh
massive.
yeah, there was like a plate at the top of it.
Yeah. It's like maybe like 30, 40 feet across.
Yeah. So they dance in the moonlight, and then Roth notices something. At the center of the plate sits a small, well, relatively small, white, shimmering in the moonlight egg. And when you would think that the Unity Moon Egg theory is true, the egg hatches and a small, white-scaled, lizard-like creature emerges with tiny beating wings. And in the distance, an angry mother roars echoes. And that's where we ended the session.
Mm-hmm. So,
You all idiots.
as the storm rages, Roth, you find yourself atop this spire, this clear egg which you saw a few moments ago hatched, and this mewling creature comes crawling out of it. You look around and You're above the storm at this point. You can hear under you the lightning raging, the snow falling, the blizzard swallowing the surrounding world. But you stand above it. You watch in the distance as the sun begins to rise. And out of the sun, you see this tiny speck in the distance.
Oh no.
Its vast wings blotting out the rising sun as it gets closer. You stand there, the invisible woman beside you, gone. What do you do?
I eat the child.
I eat the child now.
No, I
Um,
eat the child.
Oh, I
not
eat the
eat.
child.
I don't know
Well,
which
you
one
could
is the
do
worst
both,
idea.
honestly.
So I'm gonna look in the distance and look down at the dragon, the little baby dragon, and I'm gonna kneel down, and I'm gonna like put my hand on its head, and I said, "Now, little one, this is where we part ways.
It
Your
sort
mother
of
is coming."
it sort of moves its head up towards your fingers as it comes down, and it tries to latch onto it with its like tiny snout.
I assume I get my hand out of the way.
Do you want to get your hand out of the way?
What do you mean you assume? Do you get?
I
Do you
mean,
want?
Do you want to lose fingers to a baby dragon?
Do you?
I
What
am
do you
gonna,
mean,
I
I
am gonna
mean-
move.
mean?
I am gonna move my hand out of the way, but it's not gonna be like a, oh haha, that's cute.
It looks a little dejected as it sees your hand move away, and it turns in on itself and starts to like scratch at its like underarm area.
Oh, I wish I could. I wish I could stay with you a little longer, little one. But it appears that your mother is coming.
And in the distance, you hear a massive.
Hopefully, I can
Say
see you
boo?
again on. But it's saying go. I think is what it was saying. But hopefully, I can see you again on better terms. And I'm gonna walk down the
Are you
staircase.
walking or are you running?
I'm gonna actually. I'm gonna run. I'm gonna run. Actually, I'm gonna
It is a
slide down the
tiny
staircase.
staircase on the side of a tower, so I'm gonna need you to make me an acrobatics check.
I have a +4, luckily.
And time for one.
Yeah, time for one. 22.
Oh!
I assume I just slide down the stairs, like on the handrail if there is one.
No handrail.
You just can't
No
wheel.
handrail, I just jump off and die.
No, you just can't
You
wheel.
just
down
run
the
down the
stairs.
wall.
What's the total? Sorry.
22.
All right. As you go scuttling off the stairs, you see the white wormling that just hatched begins to chase after you. It's not running particularly fast, but it is following you down the stairs. And as you begin to run, and as it realizes that it has wings, it takes to the air. This tiny little wormling that just hatched.
Aw.
You just stole the kid. Mom's kid.
I didn't steal the kid. The kid followed me.
And it's trying to keep up with you. It's failing miserably. It can barely keep itself in the air.
I'm gonna slow down. I'm gonna put my hands out, like come here, like come here, like.
Someone needs to like animate this moment.
Wait, you're gonna put your hands out to like, as in like stop, or as in like come with me?
Like as in like if like you can barely fly, like fall into my hands so I can at least carry you down.
Oh god!
Oh no.
I mean,
God,
like, it's
you-
a baby.
That's the
it's
point,
well
that-
rough,
You have a
like, I
backup
don't want-
character.
That's where you run faster.
As
Come
you
on.
take as you take the tiny little dragon into your arms, it sort of latches its tiny tail around your wrist, and
Okay.
you begin running down the stairs with this dragon above. Maybe 2 minutes later, you hear a massive crash.
Oh no.
Shit.
Where are you? I have waited a century for today. You will not have him.
And you hear the crashing of wings as the wings begin to impact the ground again, and it begins to take off, and you keep running. You're getting about a third of the way down the staircase now at this point. As you cross about the third way, the cloud cover begins to come back in, and the storm begins to rage again around you. And you keep running. You hear around you the crashing of this strange creature on the side of this tower, maybe like 150, 200 feet above you.
I smell you. Don't run, Mewling. This doesn't end well.
And you can feel the chill in the air. It gets colder, even than it was in the blizzard itself. And you continue running. And you feel the beating of the winds and the wings and the tower shake as the creature takes off from the side of the tower once again. And you just run. And you run. And as you get to about 2/3 the way down the tower, the rest of you, by the way, at this point, hear this crashing and the tower shaking. And you come to wake as your long rest ends.
No, what?
Is it ends or is it disrupted?
It's end.
Okay, because I
ending,
think
yeah.
Rolf was the first one to do the watch.
No, because it's been a while.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
I told you the
And
sun
I
was
think
coming up,
I
right?
did the first
Okay.
watch.
Yeah.
He never woke up any of us.
Yep.
No, he wasn't the first watch, I'm sure.
That was the last watch.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because Icarus was the first watch. Icarus woke me up.
Yep.
Then you second watch, but yeah, you've been
Yeah.
gone for a while.
Nice.
So all of you wake up at this point at the end of your long rest, and you can hear the crashing of something into the tower
assume,
above.
Yeah, go
sorry,
for it.
I assume that they hear shit, fuck.
No, you're about 200 feet or
Oh,
300
okay.
feet away from them at this point.
Oh, okay, I'm really high up. Okay.
Actually, more than that, probably like 400 or 500 feet above you. Above them.
I take a broomstick and start poking at the ceiling. I was like, keep it down!
What are the rest of you doing?
Wait, hold on. I want to size like a size comparison of the wormling. Is it like a mastiff or is it like a medium sized dog like a border collie?
It's Bowser.
It's about the size of Bowser, maybe like a couple of hands bigger.
Bowser's not that big though.
Yeah, it's not that big. It's
Yeah,
a wormling.
Wormlings are
child.
tiny.
Bowser's like 2 feet long. So you saying
It's
like
not even a wormling, really. It's a hatchling.
Jeez,
Okay.
Bowser is 2 feet long?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Bowser's
it's like
2 feet long.
3.5.
Bowser's
Well, I
mostly
guess
tail,
we can
though.
guess with the tail.
Yeah, Bowser's
So
mostly
essentially,
tail.
you're walking around with a cat, a medium-sized
Yeah.
cat.
It's like about 3 feet tall from head to tail.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
okay.
a cat. That's a
Yeah,
small
it's a cat.
Yeah,
Or
small
a small
cat.
dog. Medium
I
dog.
didn't know how big he was, but
It isn't even that heavy, really. It's
Well,
just
I
that
think it's
So,
roughly
Seems-
corgi-sized.
it is rather scaly.
Yeah, but it's very thin, so you know.
It's a
doesn't
very
have the-
thin corgi with wings and
And
scales.
scales. And made of chicken bones.
So what are the rest of you doing at this point?
Well, the only thing we know is that there's a lot of noise outside.
Yep.
But that was throughout the entire night, right? As
Not
we-
like this though. It just felt like the foundations of this entire tower shook.
I think our
Where's Rolf?
accommodation is no longer safe.
You think?
Where's Rolf?
I don't know.
He should he should be resting. He didn't wake the next watch.
That he did
Oh.
not.
That's troubling.
Sandler's gonna step outside. What does he they see?
Oh
As you
no.
step outside, visibility outside is rough. There's
It's
like
rough.
15 feet of visibility beyond, beyond your eyes. There's a lot of snow falling currently, and it's quite a bit of trouble to even get the door open because the snowbank outside is starting to pile up. And as you open the door, you look
the storm
out
is still
and you
raging,
don't-
right?
The storm is still raging.
Oh, lovely. We'll stay.
Oh, fun.
You look around at this point, Salin, and you don't see any sign of Rolf. Above you, you hear though another crash as something crashes into the tower once again.
Do I have any idea what that could be? Or do I see anything when
Could
I
just
look
be
at it?
thunder hitting the tower or something like that, but you don't really see anything. Though you do notice something strange.
Oh?
As the sun has started to come up, you notice that it's coming from behind the tower, but the shadow of the ground is wider than the tower itself. Though it is like clear, very distorted because of all the snow.
So
There is
from what
a
you're saying,
massive shadow.
there's a massive shadow in the air.
There's a massive shadow through the air and on the ice and on the snow around you.
No, but no, yes, the shadow of the tower is bigger than it should be.
Yeah, for sure. It's a very thin tower. It's like 10, 15 feet across.
Okay, I see that. I close the door and I say, we have a problem. The shadow of the tower is bigger than it should be.
What do you mean by that?
Like
Abdul,
something.
I have to say,
is
I
on the
understand the
tower.
concept of what does that mean.
I don't know either. But it's a big shadow in a snowstorm, so
Would it be caused by the storm? The snow?
Probably not.
I don't know. But I don't want to know.
I don't want
That's
to know.
something I don't want to investigate.
Snow
So-
monsters?
I think we pray for Ruff and hope
Hunker
the
down
storm
here.
doesn't kill us.
Hmm.
Well, I have to say, if the structure doesn't collapse us and we survive until, we are not completely snowed in and suffocate, then we should be fine.
Right.
At this point, Prof, continuing to run as you are downstairs. You hear a crash, maybe 50 feet above you, as something crashes into the tower again.
Isn't this futile? This exercise? I will have you. Leave my child.
Ruff is gonna, like, while he's running down, he's gonna look at the wormling who has wrapped its tail around both of his wrists. He's gonna be like, it's not really much of an option, huh? He's just thinking to himself, but he's gonna keep on running down as fast as he can.
He keeps running, and as you keep running, you hear one more crash as the creature jumps off. And as you get to maybe like 100 feet or so above the ground, you begin to make out the tops of the or the snow tops that have just formed in the blizzard, and the ground comes into focus barely. At this point, you notice the shadow behind you gets larger, and larger and larger, and then a few seconds later, going around the eastern side of the tower, you feel an impact on the western side. And everything shakes. The tower begins to vibrate almost with energy. I need you to make me a dex saving throw to see if you get knocked off the tower at this point.
100 feet, you can definitely make that. It's fixed snow below.
I mean,
you hope.
yeah. Let's notice
How does a
the kid dies
17
with him.
sound?
But sorry?
17.
17. Alright, nice. You
Well,
feel
You're
the
not
tower
responsible
shake,
for the death of a child.
and as the tower shakes, you hold on for dear life to the tower itself, and you grab onto any ledge, any crevice that you can find, and you hold on for dear life with one hand.
Are there crevices? I
I'm
thought
gonna-
like the Dragonstone buildings are like super smooth.
They're super smooth, but there are like holes that have been left in place specifically.
Oh, I see. Like it's decorational holes.
Decorational holes, murder holes, windows, stuff like that.
I'm gonna while I'm like grabbing on, I'm gonna try to like keep the wormling as close to me as possible to like protect it.
Oh, Artie, I have an amazing designal choice if you allow it. The entire tower is decorated with handprints.
Jesus, that would be so creepy. No, no.
That's very creepy.
But it's a cool idea, right?
Yeah,
Is it?
Yes.
maybe somewhere else.
That's the ice tower. That is like that's the ice spire in Ice Wreck.
Yeah. So
Oh, God.
as you feel the shake, you stop for a second just to get your bearings and just to hold on for dear life. And on the stair above you, coming around the tower, you see a long neck. And in front of it, this massive head. The head itself is maybe 10, 12 feet long, about 8 feet wide. And it's got these jagged edges at the top of its skull, these spikes, nearly clear as ice, this opaque white skin that's actually scales sits there like a jeweled crown atop this creature's head. Its lower jaw hangs open, and inside you see this vast white energy beginning to form.
Mm.
Its
Fun.
eyes completely blue, with this slight grey speck of a pupil looking straight in your eyes.
There you are.
And then it spots the wormling in your hands.
How? After so long, how? How have you pulled him out of his slumber?
Well, and first I'm gonna be in shock and like my mouth is gonna like gape open because it's like I'm probably going to die here.
Its
Um,
face begins to edge closer to you. At this point, it's like 10 feet away, and it's closing in rapidly. 5, 4, 3, and then its nostril comes right up to your arm and sniffs at the child. You feel the cold getting sucked in.
I don't know how
I can feel your heart beating, little one. Give him to me. He's mine. My blood. My child. How dare you think you can rob me?
that was not part of my plan.
small morsel of food you are. You know I could breathe upon you and freeze you solid. My child would not be harmed. He is protected from the cold.
I'm very well aware of that.
My curiosity in this occurrence is what allows you to live for a few moments longer. Do you understand now your position, Mewling?
You know, since I saw the wormling here hatch, I understood perfectly what my position was. I knew that I was in danger.
Oh, no. Danger means there is an end to this, where you survive. Your fate is written. I hunger.
Do you do anything? Do you say anything?
Rolf is just still in shock. He's just kind of like, "Oh God."
At this point,
Sorry,
the rest of you,
what is the dragon calling him?
Mewling.
the little mewling, yeah.
How do you spell that?
Mewling.
Is that really a word? They just
Yep.
mean crying. Do you
A
call someone
tiny
a
creature, usually.
Pretty much
Yeah.
a tiny creature, like a baby.
I literally never heard it as a noun.
Is fine.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Whatever.
I know that they refer to a lot of like farm animals as mewlings if they're like calves are mewlings and such.
I was like, is it some fantasy word that I haven't heard yet?
Alright, so the rest of you hear this massive crash and then this guttural sound that sounds awfully like a voice, but it's high above you and it's muffled. And you see at this point the shadow on the ground covering just about everything.
Yeah, I told you about the shadow. And I think it belongs to someone. I'm not sure.
That
Most
might be
likely something.
it might be the cowardly way, but don't you think we should hide inside the hut and hope that the enormous creature that leaves this kind of enormous shadow does not find us?
Yeah, we probably should do that.
That is the idea that I originally.
I'm going to poke my head out and look up.
I mean, one of you is already outside.
What do we see outside?
You see what you see. Like, it's mostly just snowing heavily, and as you look up, there's this
More
shadow
important,
above
what
you.
do I see?
Anyone
a
to
perception
understand the
check.
word?
Make-
Wait, I
make-
speak Draconic.
If you
forgot. I
if
speak
you roll
26
No,
languages.
It's too far to like make out individual words.
if you roll a 20 on this and you get like
Okay,
bird eye
20
view,
rolls.
that would be perfect.
This bullshit roller.
That's
Just
3
roll
of
again.
them.
I'm going to use this roller because it works. I just need to rotate it.
That's 2. Alright, you have advantage.
Yeah, so that's it's just a 15. It's probably not enough for anything, I think.
You don't see anything specifically more than what you already know.
No, but I'm definitely terrified of it.
Oh yeah, probably. Unless it's just like a platform above that you didn't know about.
Bro,
But then
if you're just terrified looking at a shape of the dragon, I'm literally in front of it.
The thing is, I
You
might
got
assume
yourself
it's
into
some sort of
this.
it might be some sort of platform in the air, but it's roaring and talking. So I don't believe in talking platforms. I don't.
believe in talking.
You don't subscribe to that school of magic? Okay.
No, I don't like their political views.
Okay.
What?
Yeah, the platforms they run on is very weird. You don't want to know the platform.
Ha 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 ha.
All right. So,
Yeah, satisfy me inside.
That was a very highbrow joke, but it wasn't funny enough.
hmm. So, as wave, I'm so used to wave. As Rolf,
So Dave.
That's rough, buddy.
yep. As Rolf continues to stare at this creature in awe of its presence.
Might.
Rolf, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw.
Should be
That's
good.
a 13.
It's okay. You literally can't pass this.
Oh, lovely.
Yep. You would have
That's
what?
called a
What's your wisdom bonus?
3, so it's a 13.
Yeah, but
Oh, you can pass this.
but
On
he's
the
in his
20?
favorite terrain.
Yeah, if you roll a d20, you can pass this. Nice.
If you roll
Oh,
a
sorry, if you roll a
d20,
20, so if you roll a 20, you can pass this. Yeah, not 20, you can pass this. But you don't, and you are immediately frightened of the dragon. As if it was not apparent, you are now also physically unable to move towards the creature.
So, will you give him to me? Do I have to take him from your golden hands?
I'm the dragon.
Yeah.
So you're gonna give him the dragon?
Yeah,
Or
yeah,
the
yeah.
vermin? How are you gonna pass this? It is literally the dragon is literally like 2 feet away from you. It was sniffing at your arm a moment ago. It just pulled back a little bit.
Put the dragon in its nostril.
I mean, like, I'm gonna attempt to like turn like so I'm facing it because I assumed that like I was holding on to something so like my back was kind of to it.
Not really.
Oh no, not really.
It landed
I'm gonna-
right in front of you.
Oh, okay. So it's like like we're on a platform, or
No, you're on the
You're
stairs.
on the stairs, and it's
Oh,
landed.
okay.
So as you see this now, its tail is wrapped around under you, under the onto the spire, and its claws are literally cutting into the tower stone, which you thought was uncuttable,
Uncuttable?
unbreakable, unspatterable. This stone was made by the builders. This thing doesn't shatter, doesn't break, doesn't decay over time. And this dragon's claws are just stuck into it. And it's just hanging off the side of the tower. Its neck resting on the stair that's in front of you.
Goddamn vandal.
I'm gonna try to put the wormling down very slowly, obviously.
As you put the wormling down, it sort of looks over at the massive, terrifying form of its mother and sort of gives a weird, toothy smile. And the dragon sort of, you can see its like massive jaw sort of pull back. It's not smiling, but its eyes look at it in wonderment, in amazement. And it sort of moves its snout right up to the creature, right up to the wormling's snout, and just closes its eyes for a second. And then one of its claws comes around the tower and grabs the wormling. And then you see the wormling begin to crawl over its hands onto its mother's head.
I'm gonna look fondly at the wormling because it stole my heart.
It is a great day. isn't it? My child, my gift to this land has come. He has finally come. I must celebrate. There will be a feast tonight. A feast like no other. You, little one, you are lucky. I will not eat you. In return for helping my baby hatch, you will be spared this miserable little life of yours. Is it? Am I not everything I am spoken of? Am I not most gracious? Tell me, little one.
I assume I'm still frightened.
Yes.
Yep.
So,
No, you should let him re-roll, right? That's been around.
Yeah, I think that's just abuse at this point.
Ruff is like, he's not going to be able to make the words out. He's going to be, and then he's just going to shake his head like, yeah, okay, yeah.
Who, if any, can make the claim that they've come face to face with Forstanica and lived? The frigid doom bids you farewell, little muling.
And it takes off, pushing back off the tower, and spins back up to its perch atop it, leaving you standing frozen still.
Was it Frostanica or Forstanica?
Forstanica, Forstanica. Forstanica, the frigid doom.
Frigidaire.
So, Rolf,
Yeah.
the fear doesn't really wear off. But you can always move away from the dragon, right?
Yes.
Just jump off the tower.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to run down the stairs as fast as possible.
You run down the stairs as fast as possible, and in a couple of minutes you get to the bottom. And you see waiting for you a few friends looking wistfully at the top of the tower, wondering what, if anything, is up there. Their rest finished, yours not quite.
What were you doing?
Ruff is gonna like take off his like bandana, like put his bandana down, take off the one that's on his head, and he's just gonna go, and he just sleep, and he just walks past him.
What the
That's
fuck?
not. I will grab him. That's not an answer we're looking for, Ruff. What the hell is happening up there?
I don't want to talk about it.
Well, you might not want to, but we are still in danger, seemingly.
No, we're fine. We're fine.
Are
we're
we fine, Ruff?
And
Are
that's why
we?
you hear and you see around you this glittering ice spread out and falling from the sky, freezing into icicles in the air and coming to the ground. In like essentially, it's a piercing rain of hail.
No, it's a knife storm.
It's a knife storm, yeah.
I'm just gonna say, listen.
I need all of you to make me a dexterity saving throw.
I was
What?
only poking my head out.
Anyone who's outside, okay.
Yeah, I'm the only one that's outside.
Including your head, that means. You can have
Yeah.
advantage.
Nice.
Well, I think
Who,
I
me?
rolled a 3. I don't know what I rolled, but I rolled a 3.
I rolled a
Yeah.
12.
Oh, that was a much
Why are you rolling
needed.
twice?
I had advantage because I was barely out.
Uh-huh.
I had a 24.
I rolled a 12.
Ah, I forgot.
I got a 3.
Were you even out?
Yeah,
I
Head.
think
you
we
rolled-
were outside.
You
You
rolled a
guys haven't let me in
24.
the door.
Alright, 24
Okay.
succeeds. You take half damage.
Nice.
Yeah. The rest of you take 12 points of piercing damage and 4 points of ice or cold damage.
Hold on, was I full health at the beginning of this?
Yep.
Okay.
Was he? He didn't have a long rest.
Wait, so 12 and what?
Did you guys have a fight the day before? I thought you had a rest before this as well.
Oh yeah,
We
sorry.
had
Yeah,
a
he was.
rest.
12 and 4.
So
Well, I
it's
have 8 hit points.
So it's
I also
how
forgot.
much damage was it again? Sorry.
12 points of piercing and 4 points of cold damage. As these icicles begin to fall into you, you all rush back inside to the tower as the icicles continue to fall for a few minutes.
I'm
Oh,
gonna,
okay,
I'm,
that
gonna
was a bad
sit,
idea.
I'm gonna sit there because I almost died to that. I'm gonna sit there and
Oh, same.
say, "Surviving Frostanica, my ass."
What did you do?
Who did you
She's
piss off?
celebrating.
Did you just for your HP? Did you level up, Snakes?
Yeah, I
Oh, yeah.
I did that already.
Yeah, I think otherwise I'd
Yeah,
be dead.
I would have died. Yeah, I would have died if I was still
Or
alive.
maybe 1 hit point, something like that.
Anyway, what did you do, Rolf? Sorry to repeat you, Celine, but I agree with your question.
I just let me let me lay down, please. It's been a very stressful night. I'll let
Maybe
you.
you should have. Maybe you should have woken us up when things like this happen. Well,
Maybe you
I
should
am
have.
partial to dying in my rest, but I would rather know about what's coming for me.
Listen, I'll explain. I'll explain later. And just you can see, like, if you look at his eyes, he's just like very tired and just please let me go to bed.
So, who wants to take a long rest with a dragon sitting on top of them?
Like, they don't know, but I know.
Yeah.
Knife storm's still raging outside, so it's not like we can do anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes a few minutes, but after that, it does settle down to be a normal snowfall. In fact, the
Do we-
snowfall begins to slow down a little bit.
Yeah, I have a 8 points. I'm not moving.
Yeah, I have 5.
Can I take a short rest?
Yeah, you can take the short rest if you want.
I'd like to take the next time of a short rest.
Can I use 2 of my hit dice?
Oh, my bad. You can use whatever hit dice you want.
You can use however much you want. You don't. I don't think you have to ask him.
Since you have not rested Rock at this point, you do take the point of exhaustion.
So I have 1 point of exhaustion, but I took a short rest just now. So is that
That
gone or
doesn't
no?
take exhaustion.
Oh, it doesn't.
It's
Okay.
exhaustion.
That means all your ability checks are at disadvantage from this point on.
Oh, Sirocco, you said, if I remember correctly, the bodies were starting to go bad? So,
Well, the captain's body is certainly getting
I
a
can make sure
certain-
they don't go worse. Worse? for the next 10 days.
Why haven't you said that before?
Because I couldn't.
Couldn't we just, lay them out and then like make a sled so that we can drag both the bodies into town? Like that way it has been
What?
plenty of time to not decay. Because they'll
How do
freeze
you decay
outside.
even in the cold?
Yeah, but they'll decay a lot slower.
You sure you want to carry around 2 dead bodies?
I'm not a
It's not
fan
the
of
first
that
time.
idea at all.
Okay, how about you let me cast my spell on the 2 corpses and we'll be fine.
God, that reminds me of what's going on in the campaign I'm running now. We have no cleric. So that's very fun.
Okay.
Sounds like a dream.
Just give
Yeah,
me
Yeah.
questions.
your friend.
Anyway, I'm
Wonderful world.
when the corpses are
just
presented.
One issue with that.
Yes.
If I take them out right now, I won't be able to put them back
Okay.
unless
Why
we
not?
take a bit of time.
How much is a bit?
There's
of
literally a
time?
snowstorm outside.
Well, if you don't mind waiting, I can certainly present them to you.
Okay.
So is it like a once a long rest thing or is it a once
Yeah,
a fast?
it's once a long rest.
Right.
Otherwise, it would be even more broken.
I'm having a hard time with my subclass that I picked.
What do you mean?
Because I picked Beastmaster and I'm trying to figure out what I want as a companion.
No?
I'm going to open the cabin door, check outside.
The ice has stopped
It's
raining.
not
The
once
ice
per
has
long
stopped raining,
rest.
but
It's twice your proficiency bonus.
No, I think you're looking at something incorrectly.
No, I'm pretty sure.
Bottles respite. Blah blah blah. When you exit the vessel, you appear in an occupied space close to it. Any object left in the vessel remains there until carried out, and if the vessel is destroyed, every object stored there harmlessly appears in an occupied space closest to the vessel's former space. Once you enter the vessel, you can't enter again until you finish a long rest.
That's a weird shit. Anyway,
Where
never
do you
mind.
see the? I think you're looking at like the higher level one, right? The
No.
weird.
where
Alright.
do you see that?
Oh no,
Dino?
never mind. I read the wrong line. There is something about proficiency bonus, but that's the time you can stay there.
Yeah. I can stay number of hours equal to twice my proficiency bonus.
My
so
bad. Sorry.
once we get to a reasonable level, I can long rest in there. But yeah, only once per long rest.
Sorry, my bad.
Otherwise, you can just pop it. It's like an instant fucking fortress where you can just hide.
Yeah, there's
Anyway, once the bodies are out,
Yeah,
And
I'm going to close the door behind me, and
Yeah.
regurgitate the bodies.
Alright.
Hope none of them come out, because they respect my privacy.
I'm not,
You're gonna
dude.
go
Like,
outside and
listen,
do it. Alright, cool.
I'm just
Get the
done with
body
life at the
snow.
moment.
Hmm.
You know, then I asked Spagma to help me sort of drag the stiff, still frozen bodies into the cabin.
Magma helps you. It's hard on the second body because it's massive and you need a couple more hands to do it, but eventually you get it done. The bodies are now inside with you in this tiny cabin. It's starting to stink.
They are frozen. I just frosted
Yeah,
them
but
yesterday.
Been stinking.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Well, the captain.
The captain. What are you doing? Salen?
Yes.
The bodies are there now. Inside the room.
Then I will grab some coppers and like and just place them on their eyes and cast gentle repose 2 times. I think I can cast it as a ritual, so I'll do that as well.
Alright. How long will it take for the ritual?
11
Well,
minutes?
it's 10 minutes.
Alright.
Is it an action?
Yes, but I can cast it as a
Yeah,
ritual.
I just didn't remember if it was a minute or an action.
No, it's an action base. And you touch a corpse or remains for the duration, which is 10 days. The target is protected from decay, it can't become undead. It also effectively extends the time limit on raising the target from the dead. Since
Right.
days spent under the influence of the spell don't count against the limit of such spells such as Raise Dead.
Alright. You gentle repose the two bodies, and as you do, they become locked in time, frozen from change, immune to decay, and these remains now only stinking as much as they ever will under your care, now rest within the cabin. As you prepare a long rest, is that what we're doing? In the early morning?
I think we're just waiting, right?
I mean, if you're gonna put the bodies back in, you need a long rest.
But we're waiting anyway.
Well, I guess we
Yeah. Cool, I
Wait,
get to have a long
So
rest.
Yeah, that's gonna be a lovely time, isn't it?
I mean, you can also
And
leave the
also
bodies outside.
Rolf didn't have a long rest, so he's
There goes Hig. There he goes.
nothing in the frozen tundra is going to get attracted to some nice stinky corpses, right?
There is literally nothing around for miles.
Yeah, a dragon was just here, so
Yep.
Yeah, anything
that's
stupid enough to come, we can kill it.
Yeah, nobody's stupid enough to come here really in this area. Everybody knows this is a dragon's area. There's a reason none of the map makers survived.
Wow.
By the way, Rolf, now that you're back inside, you gather the scale of the dragon. It was hard to like get a picture of the whole thing as you were standing in front of it because your vision was like covered with the head. But that was massive. The head was like 20 feet long. The dragon as a whole, from head to toe, was probably close to 50, 60 feet long. And its wingspan was probably wider.
What did you say, Harvey?
oh,
How long?
God.
How long was it?
50 to 60 feet long from head to tail.
It has a 20 feet head and a 50 feet body.
And a 50
That's
feet everything.
That's a fucking Honodecker.
The head was more long than sleek, like a serpent-like creature almost.
So you mean the head with the neck as well?
Yeah.
Well, that huge fucking head on the twice as big body.
God, God, I would have just been a toothpick, not even. Bless
You
you.
would have fit between its snout, essentially. Between its nostrils.
God.
So, as you all sit around in the small room, Groff frozen in fear, the bodies stinking. Is there anything you wish to discuss? Guys?
Yes.
So, what is our plan?
I'm
We will have.
guessing. Alright.
We are returning to Port Jurek.
The great thing is we have the killer's corpse and the letter that serves to prove that, and as well as part of the murder weapons. I think we can safely defend ourselves from the fact that we did not kill the captain, but we kind of slept on the job.
That
uh,
might be, but the letter proves that there is there are accomplices of this order in the barracks.
Listen, I just hope this is the right decision because I don't want to almost die twice in almost the same day or the same week or whatever.
we have other solutions than go back to Poljarek. We could just leave. Yansha is a
Yeah.
pretty good city, from my memory.
Yes,
Yeah, but
but
we oh, sorry.
there is a reason we are returning to Port Jurek.
Which is it again? I forgot.
To meet that man once again.
Ah, right.
He
We
has
all
answers for us, hopefully.
Well,
we also owe it to the
he
family
has
of the
some
captain.
kind of answers, and he probably won't tell us the actual answer, just his version of the answer.
Yes, but also, what else can we really do? You, just like all of us, did accept to partake in this quest.
I accepted, out of curiosity, to be bound, I guess, to the hearth shepherd. But beyond that, I didn't accept anything else.
Well, that's true. But as they are bound to complete their task, I guess we are as well. But that is the question. If, when we return to Port Jurek with the corpse of the captain, more than likely the information will get to the High Lord. The important thing is that he needs to receive the information regarding his attempted capture, assassination as well.
If I understood correctly from the letter, they were looking for bait to draw him out of Bladestone and then kill him or capture him? I'm not sure.
But that's what I said. We must warn him. How are we going to do that?
Well, when we bring back the body of that captain, we tell them the information and they figure it out. Or we travel with the messengers to Bladestone and inform them there. They might not have a faster way of transporting information than just walking there.
Then comes again the question. That might be right, Celine. I agree. Possibly we could
Who's Celine?
take Celine.
That's not my name. My name
Salin?
is Sal.
Damn you and your personas.
Salin doesn't exist as far as you're aware.
I know, but that's your name. And change your name then. It's even on your fucking Discord.
No, just to annoy you. No.
Or I can change his name right on Discord, right?
I don't know. I don't remember. How did I change my name the last time?
You
Oh,
can just,
right, that way.
yeah, you don't have to. Just-
Fine,
So
I'm changing because
you don't have to. I'll figure it. So you're right on that note, Sale. If
Is that better?
So Lynn.
Nope. Close.
So L.
So saline solution.
Oh, your nickname could be just L.
Oh my
It
god.
could, but it won't be.
Do you like apples?
Do you like sitting on chairs weird?
So, Sale, your idea might be right. If we manage to convince the people that we will take the message to Bladestone, we might outrun the information and the attackers. But that might not be the plan of our mysterious guide.
Again, I don't want to be rude to Paul Jarek, but it's not important compared to the other cities of the Crown Tundra.
I'm not sure what you mean by that. Why?
Port Said is literally the most important city in the entire country.
I mean, in terms of size.
Size
Yeah, but
is one
what-
thing, but like it's the lifeblood of the entire continent.
What does that matter in our situation, Sale?
I don't know. I'm
Like-
tired of not knowing what's happening.
Well, unfortunately, I think that's going to be our life for quite a while for now.
I mean,
But
it's literally my job description.
yeah, you should have gotten used to it by now. How old are you?
30 something? I don't remember. I'm not sure my date of birth, so
You okay?
3,000 plus something.
I am okay, yes, why? Curious.
So, but nevertheless, there's still the issue of our conviction regarding the murders.
Well-
While we have proof that we are not the killers of the captain, that does not stop people wanting us dead for the murder of their family members and friends, I guess.
I'd like to mention somehow Icarus brought one of them back to life.
Yes, that is.
Yeah.
I
All
think
the-
there might be an attenuating circumstances. That might work in our favor.
Yes, but
It
would
could,
you...
but I also got exhausted.
I think there are greater consequences to your actions, Icarus, that we've yet to realize beyond your tiredness.
You mean bringing back people from the dead? Yeah, that's not common.
I know.
Especially
it's-
realizing that you brought that woman back where she died. That's where she came back to life, not where she was dead. Well, not
Let's
where her
not
corpse
go-
was.
Let's not delve into the magical things that we might not understand.
You hear rumbling sound outside.
Cluttering of cutlery.
You
Like actual rumbling,
feel
or
the building shake.
Oh no.
You're still here.
Fucking hell.
Oh, brave
Huh? What?
little one.
Does this voice remind us of anything?
Does it?
Nope.
I'm going to kick Roth awake and just point at the door.
What? What's wrong?
Get up and go outside.
Oh God!
Someone
what do I need
big-
to do?
And angry.
He's asking for you, apparently.
I don't know if it's asking for him, but I'm gonna say I think we should send him away.
Roth starts rubbing his eyes. He's like, "Who could possibly?" And then all the face, like all the color in his face, drains.
Oh, what did you do, Rolf?
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And then he's gonna run to the door.
Don't you know? It's rude to keep a lady waiting.
Jesus.
I assume the door is closed.
I can smell you and all your little friends.
Do I have to weaken the
Come
parties,
out.
the
Come
corpses as
out.
well?
Come out.
He's gonna Roth is gonna
I
open the door.
swear I won't bite.
That's
What,
reassuring.
Roth opens the door.
Sai is slightly behind Rolf. Just kind of have sight.
Are we going out? Like, you know, we were not required to go out.
We
She
weren't.
just said, "Come out, all of you."
Did she? Oh,
Yes.
Thought she said
She
little
said,
one.
I can smell all of you.
Yeah, we should leave, bunch of idiots.
I mean, yes,
So,
eventually
Silas
we do need to
swallowing
leave this tower.
As you guys now look outside the door is open,
Cool.
and beyond it there is just this mass. Maybe 10, 15 feet from the door, this massive paw.
I thought it's just one
Thinking-
big eyeball just glaring in.
No, this massive paw that's just sticking into the ground. Scaly white claw. And as you take a step outside, Prof, you see the creature standing, or, well, partly standing in the snow, its head inclined near the ground, where a tiny little creature jumps around and rolls in the snow, and the dragon is rolling her hatchling around in the snow, covering it, smelling it, playing with it.
Oh, it's the wormling. Roth is gonna smile when he sees the wormling. It's my
I
child.
need all of you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Yeah.
Including me.
Okay,
If your bonus is under a +3, don't even bother.
I have a +5.
I have a plus
Never
4.
mind.
I rolled a 21. Let's go.
That's
Or
not
22.
enough.
22.
It's
Still
still not
fail.
enough.
One off.
Ah,
Does any of us have advantage? Wisdom saves.
Do you?
I don't.
What's your bonus?
Come on.
I have a +4.
You're
God.
actually
It's
you look at the
proficient.
creature and you're not scared. You're not terrified. You're just
no, Artie.
curious.
I am shit scared, but I'm not frightened.
Yep.
what about me? I rolled a
Against every instinct of yours, you resist the urge to run away and pee into the corner.
Unlike everyone else.
Like everybody else.
Mm.
Oh. Come then. Let us speak. Brave fools, knowing I am right above your heads and yet sitting here idly. Is it your wish to be eaten, mortals?
The moment
Uh,
Sail sees the dragon, there's a ripple on his skin, and in 6 seconds, there's a white dragon born.
What?
Reflex! And it's completely normal.
Ardy, what kind of dragonborns are you running? Does he sprout a tail and it rips through his pants?
It does sprout a tail, but it doesn't rip through his pants.
I'm pretty sure I can control if I have a tail or not, so there will be no tail.
You
Okay.
just said it's an instinctual. There's no control there.
Fine.
It doesn't rip through your pants, so it's slightly above pant level. It rips through your shirt.
It just sort of tucks out between.
Yeah, you were wearing like lowriders.
Oh jeez.
I mean, he's wearing priest robes, so
Oh yeah. So
there's not that much problem with his shirt.
there's a sudden bump in the back and scales on your face, which is, it could be more terrifying for a moment than meeting the dragon. When your
All of you
friends-
look to the side, and your friend turns into a mini white dragon.
And he's gonna bow deeply. And that's it. He's just gonna stand bowed until someone tells him he can stop.
I can smell your blood-filthy changeling. Do not pretend to be one of my servants.
I'm sorry. A what?
She said,
And
"I can pretend."
another ripple and goes back to sail.
Yep.
um,
I'm sorry, what is what?
Arnie, can I ask you?
Yep.
Since Rolf has mentioned the creature's name, and now it appeared in front of us,
Yep.
does it ring any bell for us about, oh, this is the area nobody should come because there's a big fuck of ice dragon lives here that eats everyone that comes close?
Make a history check.
That's 20.
So, you've been traveling these paths along the road to Bladestone for a while. Bladestone to Port Shrek is quite a common journey for you. You've done it 1,000 times. Every time delivering beautiful pearls to your wife, who then uses them in her work. And each time you meet colorful characters. Interesting people who tell you interesting stories. Most legend, most minimally interesting. Some, though, catch your attention.
Unless they don't
Some.
try to kill us, because that's the most. Most of the time
That's
you
the
meet
most
someone
common.
on
That's
the
the most
road, they try to kill you.
It's not the road itself that you meet people. It's more like traveling between taverns and different cities, different places. But you remember legends. And most you ignore because, urban myths.
Legends are for
wilderness
nerds.
myths.
Yeah, legends are for nerds. Who reads them?
But one, now that you stare at this creature in front of you, comes to mind. You remember this man, maybe 30-ish-year-old, half elvish man, maybe about a year or so ago in a tavern in Pocherek, telling you a story. How he was transporting a shipment of cattle from Pocherek to Bladestone, and a blizzard came. And when he tried to secure the cattle, he noticed that there was a massive shadow hanging over him. And when he looked
up, something caught him in the face, leaving a massive scar across his right side, across the right side of his face and his body. And he got knocked out. When he came to, he talked about. Uh, he tells you that when he came to, he noticed that entire, what do you call them?
Heard.
Not the entire herd. He was transporting them in massive wagons along a caravan. Entire wagons of cattle were frozen solid, and like three were just missing completely. And in the snow, there were footsteps. And in the snow, there were brittle, broken bodies of cattle, frozen solid and then chewed up. And the same could be said of many men that lay there dying, partly frozen, partly eaten. And he remembers as he came to, watching as two massive wings took off and flew away from him, carrying in their claws what looked like two wagons full of cattle.
That's box lunch for you.
He spread the story far and wide, but nobody believed him. There was no other survivors, and nobody really went to check. In fact, when they did go to check, none of the wagons remained. And he was declared a madman, a lunatic who'd robbed his masters and sold off the cattle for profit on the side. The only thing that threw people off was, why would somebody like this inflict this massive scar on themselves just to commit this heinous robbery? Something that massive would have been spotted for miles around. But as it so happened, it was a blizzard that day, and not much was seen, and no one came forward. Now, as you look upon this massive creature, its description matches. The size of it, the scale of it makes you think back to that moment and makes you regret not believing that man. He went through hell that day, and he chose to tell you about it, and all you did was laugh
It does not
at
make
the
him less of a
absurdity of it
lunatic.
all.
He was clearly a madman.
Hell, nobody believes you when something like that happens to you. How often do you not turn out to be a madman?
I'm not. I'm more sympathetic towards the madman now.
Yeah.
You are sure?
So that's about the only thing you can remember of this creature.
I most
The
regret,
name
selling
itself,
information about his whereabouts.
the name itself means nothing to you, though the name and the creature now in front of you. Icarus, can you make me a history check?
That's the wife of the Lich King.
Just go wait to check
Yeah.
on the dogs. Oh, she's back. Never mind.
I just like how we're having this casual like think about, and there's a giant dragon in front of us.
I mean,
No,
this is happening in moments.
Yeah.
Just
That
these memories getting jogged.
is
Damn, these rolls insane is.
23. Yeah,
Alright.
23.
Yeah, we need the lore.
You heard the name earlier inside, and you didn't really put anything together. Nothing really jogged your memory at that moment. But as now this creature stands in front of you, the name rings loud in your ear. Your memory returns sharp as a tack.
And in your muddled brain, confused by this giant sight in front of you, you remember reading a book a long time ago. It spoke of the dangers of the Creon Tundra. It spoke of the natural disasters that had occurred. And it spoke of massive storms that had covered cities. Often mentioned within the stories of those blizzards and those snowstorms was tale of this creature, this dragon. Though it was often not referred to by name, just by its title, the frigid doom often sent a wave of panic through most who encountered it. Hell, if any lived to tell the tale, their minds were often too muddled to speak. And
Oh.
here, considering its size and its aura, and the storm that's been blowing for the last day and a half, you do not doubt that this itself is the frigid doom. This creature, this legend, come to form in front of your eyes. Scarier than myth, perhaps, now that it's real and in the flesh. But yeah, the creature stands playing with its wormling in front of you guys.
Oh, just cash.
Just cash. For it, it's pretty chill. It doesn't care.
It's not like we can
If
ask
I
for
wasn't
it.
scared into silence before, I definitely am now.
You're not scared into silence, you're scared into paralysis.
So, tell me then, little one, why haven't you and your friends fled yet? Do you wish to be my next meal? I give you a chance. I do not offer many chances.
You see that well, the storm was still going on, and your celebration was making it very hard to travel, so we figured that it was safer just to stay here until it was all over.
You think a storm is safer than me? You brave my wrath once again. You avoid a few icicles. You truly are stupid and brave, little one. What is your name? I give you the honor of telling me.
My name's Roth Mentz.
Roth Mince. What is so special about you, Roth Mince? How have you failed? How have you succeeded? Where I have failed for a century.
I'm not too knowledgeable on that myself. The only thing that I know is that I was invited up the tower by a figure.
Figure? Who dare extend an invitation into my lair?
She lives on a plate?
She lives on a plate.
It's a very nice plate.
I guess so.
It offers a nice perch above the surroundings, you know?
Yeah, great view.
Yep.
Nice Tundra front property.
Yep.
I I know who I know the actual person, like, or not the person, the being that did lead me up, but I don't remember their name. Correct? Because you were saying that they were familiar, but I didn't remember their name.
I think it was you who weren't remembering his name.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
you would
like-
remember their name.
Yeah, I don't think there's a person in the world who doesn't remember the names of these people.
Yeah, I wonder we could forget the Shepherd of Frost. Actually, let me check my notes. What's her name again?
Tundra the Frost.
Right. I think you would remember that part.
But like,
Considering
You can never
Letter-
be sure.
well-
It could have been
well-
any other, benevolent ice creature with a
Was that-
floaty hand and the same little
You
voice.
said they're benevolent.
The-
The
Sorry,
Frost.
hey, about
I
benevolent.
I wasn't sure if Roth remembered, because you were saying that the figure, whenever she became like full, I recognized her, but I couldn't like remember where I
No,
saw
it's
her.
more like you. No, it's more like you. Their form is amorphous, so you don't know what they look like completely, but you
Oh, but
definitely
you
do
remember them.
remember them.
I believe it was Ender the Frost.
Fairy tales, then. Are you mad, little one? Is your brain addled? You think you speak to ghosts? I am the Queen of Frost. There is no other.
I'm only telling you what I know.
Make a persuasion check.
You're exhausted, by the way.
Yeah, I'm exhausted. And I have a +0 to persuasion.
Double 20.
2.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway,
Anyway. Sorry.
is it time to eat yet? Who to pick first? So many morsels.
I do not know if it matters to you, but I believe I can provide an information that may change your opinion.
What the fuck are you doing? The fuck are you doing?
On who to eat?
Speaking out of the
Yes.
cabin.
Each of us have met the shepherd, a different shepherd.
Ah, charlatans, I see.
No. And I will
Aye.
reveal my the tattoo on my arm.
The neck moves faster than you thought possible for a creature this big, and within moments, the eye is inches from your arm.
No, he's still in the house. He cannot go out. He's right.
No, I was like in the
No,
doorway. I'm in
yeah,
the
it is
doorway,
the door.
Oh,
at least.
Also, as the creature comes in closer, the neck encompassing the doorway, sorry, the eye encompassing the doorway, it looks at your tattoo, and you can see the pupils dilating and fixing upon it.
what does the baby do in the meanwhile?
It's just fucking around in the snow, rolling,
It's
jumping,
being a kid.
making snowballs.
Oh.
Yeah, he just breathes on the ground. The snowman forms immediately.
Yep.
I'm very much. Roth is very much like looking at the warbling with like a smile, and then turning and look at their mother like, oh god.
Interesting. Quite a commitment this you have made. Do you know who you serve?
The earth is the shepherd that chose me, I think? I'm not sure about that part.
And all of you are blessed this way.
Yes, I think. Right?
We
You make
No,
a fine addition to my collection.
Oh god, hide your lightsaber, quick!
uh,
But who's not part of the collection gets eaten. So
one more thing. I don't know if it matters, but Roth is connected to Enra the Frost.
What the fuck? You're gonna get me killed.
but she,
He's getting all of us killed.
I think she
Yes.
already realized that. To be honest, like
That bitch has been dead for centuries. I saw her die myself.
You did?
Yes,
Sorry.
it was rather pleasant. It is why I bring the storms.
And now Sale is just looking at Roth like, do something to prove it wrong.
Icarus
I
is
don't
just
want
kind of being like, "Hey, don't notice me." Just kind of
oh,
being quiet.
how could such beings die? How's that they died, but still our world is around?
They do not make, they do not create, and they certainly do not, well, keep the world going. They were beings mortal like you and me, though created by divinity. And when they sought to challenge said divinity, it wiped them clean. Wiped them from these cradles. Whatever,
Wait, is the Muriti eunuch true?
whatever beings you serve, whatever you may think they are, I doubt they are the unit, they are the shepherds. I was around when they fell. I've lived for 3,000 years.
Oh, good for her. It doesn't look. I wouldn't guess her more than 1,500.
In that time, I have seen many who claim to have met the shepherds. All gone now, all insignificant or mewling worms. But I am in a good mood today. I have received a blessing from the Unity. My child has come forth. He who will bring the frost. He who will take my place. He who I will relinquish my crown to. Has come today. And your friend, though a worm he may be, has brought about his coming. So, I will give you one more opportunity. And know that this is your last. Leave. Now. Never look back.
And it pulls back and starts playing with her wormling once again.
I think we should leave.
Yep.
But the baby. the baby.
By the way, Oliver, does the word changeling mean anything to Sal?
You don't really know what you are.
Yes.
You don't really know anyone else who's like you, to this degree at least. And you definitely haven't heard the word before.
Okay. Just wanted to be sure that I know nothing.
You know nothing, Jon Snow.
Mm.
Who?
Jon Snow.
You know nothing,
No idea what that
Sail,
is.
Lynn.
Say Lynn.
I guess we quickly grab onto the corpses
Yep.
and begin
And
dragging
shoulder
them.
on the corpses
through
and
the
go.
Yep.
I really hope she doesn't take them. We spend. We have quite an investment in the bodies now.
Oh, you bought a meal.
Oh,
No.
frozen snacks just for me. Oh, this one's rotten. Ugh. Ah, still good. I like to have them rot a bit, so they get a bit better oomph to it.
Aged meat is best.
Icarus just scoots away slowly, trying not to be noticed.
Don't
Oh,
notice
yeah.
me, senpai.
Yeah,
Don't
Icarus is
notice
aged
me.
meat.
Yeet.
So I guess we're leaving.
Yep.
But unfortunately, it, Sirocco can only follow one order at once.
Mhm.
So while he's leaving, he is, sort of glancing back nervously.
As you're leaving and you're glancing back nervously, the creature sort of looks at you moving and looks at Rolf, turns a massive blue eye towards Rolf, and you see it reach up with its paw in it's one of his front paws and slice the air in front of it and cast a spell of some kind. And as it does, it reaches through and pulls back its arm or its paw and flicks something at you, Rolf.
Oh.
I guess Roth is not looking back, so it's going to hit him
Oh,
square
no.
in the back of his head.
I mean, I was gonna say that I was also looking back because of the wormling.
You see
The
this
adorableness.
you see this sphere about the size of a head, a bowling ball size sphere, if you will,
Heading towards your head.
heading towards your head. Are you gonna attempt to catch it or get out of the way?
I'm gonna try to catch it.
So that's a range attack to hit with
Make
plus
a- make-
24.
Make a dex check, please.
15.
Alright. You look at the object floating towards you at fairly high speed. And you extend your hand and you move your head out of the way in case your hands are not able to grasp it. And you catch it barely. And you bring it down, and it is cold. Not quite as cold as ice itself, but quite cold. And it's this crystallized glass sphere. And inside it, you see this blue energy swirling. In the middle of the energy, like the storm of energy that's swirling around, you see this tiny black dot.
Oh.
Take
I
it. I have much to thank you for, and I will no longer be in anyone's debt.
Thank you.
What's next? You say bye?
I mean, like, I am absolutely terrified. I don't know how to react in this scenario.
That's her other egg.
Oh god.
He needs
Don't
it to
say
hatch
shit
as
like
well.
that.
What was that?
Nothing.
No, hold on. Repeat that. What'd you
Nothing.
say? No, come on, don't do this to me.
I didn't say anything.
Yeah, you did.
I didn't.
Yeah, I didn't hear either.
Why? Why must you do this to me?
So, as you begin to move away from the dragon and her tiny little wormling who's adorably playing in the snow still,
Oh,
I got to
Okay.
say, guys, you imagine this dragon so cute, but white dragons are not cute. Not even when
Let
they are
us be
tiny.
heard
babies are
Listen,
cute in
listen,
general,
listen,
alright?
of your opinion
listen.
or your law. It is canon now. Baby
Listen.
dragons are cute.
No,
Shut up.
listen. It's the reason why Roth is just so adored by this thing is because he watched it pretty much be born, and he can't get over it. Doesn't matter if it looks ugly. He doesn't care.
it doesn't
No,
look ugly per se. It's just
No,
that
it's terrifying.
it's very angular. It's not cuddly.
It's going to eat your face.
It's the Klingon of the dragon world.
It has like a beak, right? White
Kind
dragons
of.
have like a weird beak-shaped face.
Yep.
Have you ever seen like a baby parrot? Or like a baby crow, maybe?
Are baby crows ugly as fuck? They're kind of cute. Baby crows are cute. In a weird kind of way. They're
Baby
they're
crows are
ugly as fuck.
adorable.
Well,
And
once
they
they
also
are
make
dry.
a loyal servant.
I mean, yeah, but this thing didn't come out wet. The egg's been drying for 100 years. It's fine.
Anyway, so we're moving away at a fast pace, as fast as we are able.
Well, you're dragging two corpses.
Yeah,
with
that's
you,
what-
and one of
that's
them
what
is
I
a
was
giant
getting to.
corpse. So, how are you pulling these corpses?
What?
How exactly are you dragging this massive Goliath slash
the
orc
legs.
corpse? And who is doing it?
Not it.
Sal will grab the foot, one of the feet, or both, and just drag him behind him.
Yeah,
It's not gonna be a one-person job.
I guess Pagma is doing the other one, and
Right? I have one foot, Pagma the other, and we drag him.
All right. I need both of you to make an athletics check, and no, not at your advantage. There's no helping. This is each of
I
you.
think Pagma
one
has
leg.
advantage automatically, right?
Pagma has, but yeah, you don't.
Yeah, I know I don't.
This is not like a helping scenario. This is more like a
11 for me.
somebody roll for Pagma as well.
Okay, I'm gonna roll for him. No,
And
he
I'll
left.
be back again.
Pagma has a 12, I have no idea if he has modifiers.
it probably does.
he has a sheet there, right?
He has a sheet. Well, I hope for. I hope he does.
So while
He has
we're
Plus 4 to athletics.
So 16 for Pagma, an 11 for Sale.
Yeah.
So while we're running, would I be able to figure out what this orb that was just thrown to me was?
I mean, it's
Oh,
this
we're not
massive.
running. We're walking fast.
Not fast. You're
We're
walking
walking.
barely at above a crawl.
Great.
You're dragging this massive corpse behind you. You're moving at half speed.
Yeah, but
But you are moving.
we are determinedly moving. We obviously putting in the effort to move away from her lair.
Yep. It looks to her that you're leaving, so she's not gonna come up and follow you and eat you for right now, unless it changes its mind. It's fine.
If we take too long, for example.
Yeah, if you're too slow.
But she's preoccupied for the next couple of hours,
100
hopefully.
years.
Until the kid gets,
Becomes
Sleepy.
a young dragon at least.
she has better things to do. That kid will need not man flesh, but something more nutritious and and better.
There's cattle shipments to raid.
And orcs. Orcs are very nutritious.
Mm-hmm. There just
But all-
happens to be one orc Goliath right here.
Oh no, the Goliaths are horrible. Like they are much more stringy.
It doesn't matter. You freeze them anyway before eating
Yeah,
them.
you need the clean orcs. Fresh off the mud huts.
Orc production lines.
Oh, I heard an amazing Warhammer lore tidbit.
Oh God.
We get to
So,
it.
yep. No, never mind. Just
We're gonna take a break in a bit. We'll get to it.
no, it's just orcs believe that humans are born from houses.
Okay.
They don't know how human reproduction works, so they think that when there's a house, humans just born out of it when they they that's how they are. So they leave houses when they're raiding villages, so more humans will born, so they can raid them again.
I mean, they also think just because you make something in the shape of a gun and you put bullet in it, it's gonna shoot something.
Anyway, so
It
So-
doesn't even need a barrel.
So as you guys begin to move away from this tower and back towards the road to Port Jarek, who is leading this journey?
probably Roth.
Yeah, probably.
Sure, I
Well-
think we shouldn't let the guy was used to this place lead.
And I guess I'll help him.
Do
Okay.
you have survival proficiency?
Yes,
Alright.
Okay, cool.
and perception.
And
I
perception.
have that as well.
So Rolf,
It's also your
uh,
favorite terrain, right?
Well, no, I just have proficiency.
But it's your
Yeah.
favorite terrain.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, and it's my favorite terrain. Yeah.
So
Okay.
Rolf, can you give me a perception check and a survival check, both at flat, because you have disadvantage from the thing, and the help is giving you a bonus.
Yeah, and I get a +2 to both, or a +2 on top of my bonus.
Yeah, with your
Okay.
yeah.
So this will be for the perception. So that's a +7, so that's a 23.
Alright.
And then for survival, that's a 19. Or no, that's a
Rolls.
21. 21, my bad.
Alright. Great rolls. Despite your complete lack of rest and your utterly defeated body and your even more baffled mind, and while clutching this orb that bemuses you and wakes curiosities in you that you didn't know you had, you manage to keep a miraculous eye on the road back. Hell, this is your backyard. You know how to get around the snow. You know how to get around the storms. And you keep a sharp lookout as you do, and you
For any
lead
dragon.
your back towards forest. You come upon midday, and you begin to see the beginnings of this forested terrain. As the bladewood comes back into view, you begin to move through it. An hour passes, then two. And then eventually the sun begins to set. And late into the day, as the sun is setting, you begin to tire to the point where it will be hard to carry on. For you more than anyone else, since you've not really had a long rest. So, do you wish to push on or do you wish to take a long rest?
Well, these people are depending on me, so I'm gonna push it and see how far I can go.
You push on for an hour. I need you to give me a, what do you call it, a constitution save.
Oh, I get a flat one because I have advantage to Constitution saving throws.
Oh, you
Saving
have a.
throws are advantage. Still, you don't have.
You're not disadvantaged
Yeah.
for those yet.
Yeah, I know.
It's only checks that you get disadvantage.
Oh,
but
so
not
I have
saving
advantage
throws.
on this.
Yeah.
Cool. That is a 20.
Pretty good.
Your fortitude and your ruggedness win out in the end, and you push on. You push
I
towards.
want to see a net 20 from.
I really do want to see an at 20 with this. I have only I think this is the second that I've rolled for a
Anyway,
Constitution saving
let's
throw.
move.
Sorry.
Your fortitude and your constitution win out in the end, and you keep pushing. Push. And you push. An hour later, you find yourself further into the woods. You're nearing the junction where you parted from the path. Nearing perhaps the camp location that you initially left from.
We got here fast.
Yep, you made a lot more distance in the snow than you thought you did. Good rolls there. So, you could push on and maybe make it in the next 3 or 4 hours if you kept pushing. Or
Yeah. Oh.
you could go to sleep and not risk further exhaustion.
What do you guys think? Should I? I'm gonna be like. Do you think we can push it a little bit more?
How tired are you?
Oh, I'm sure I can go on.
Well,
Let's
if we're
see.
capable, I see no reason not to.
I mean, in that case, okay. Let's go. Keep going. If you can
Okay.
do that.
I'm gonna
Rolf?
keep going. I want to put as much distance between me and the dragon as possible, and I'm gonna lament that I can't see the wormling anymore.
Oh, Paul. You wanted to be a dad.
So I'm gonna push it. So do
Give
you
me
want me to
another constitution saving throw.
with advantage?
Yep, with advantage.
Come on, nat 20, nat 20, nat 20. This is bullshit. I hate it. I hate this game. That's a 4.
Alright. Do remember, you guys also have an inspiration point if you ever need it. The singular inspiration point.
We do it?
Yep. That's Hayden's gift. So, Rolf, are you going to use that inspiration point now?
there's no reason to.
It's up to you completely.
What does
So-
inspiration do in this case?
Gives you a
What
reroll.
inspiration?
Okay.
Wait, it gives you a whole reroll?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought
Wait,
it was
in
just
this case,
add
is it the
6.
third rule?
It's just
Oh,
a
well,
reroll. It's not an
hold on.
advantage, it's a reroll.
Hold on, yeah, I would like a reroll then. I thought it was just an add a d6 to your.
Oh, then that's bardic inspiration. You're thinking of.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll re-roll the check then. Do I still get advantage since I get advantage on con saves?
No.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
No, yeah, I do offer
Oh, nice.
inspiration advantage.
All right, cool. So I roll again with advantage. Nat 20, come on. God damn it.
I mean,
It's
it's an 11.
12.
It's better than a 3.
It's a 12.
With that, you push on. And you make further progress. You get to the end of another hour, and again,
The journey's getting harder and your body's fading and the sun is gone now.
What do you mean the sun is gone?
It's set.
It's set.
No, the sun has gone into the sky.
Oh, wait,
So-
it's nighttime?
The
Yeah,
sun sets at like 3 in the afternoon.
It's like Alaska.
Yeah, but it's closer to 5:30 or something. Maybe 6.
Right.
So,
Yeah, but it only rises at 11.
so, at this point, Roth, you're still a few hours away from this junction. Do you wish to push further?
I mean, it's only a few hours away, right, guys?
At this point, the rest of you begin to feel the points of exhaustion as the point of get to the point of
Getting tired.
tiredness again.
I'm sorry, but
And
I'm
now
tired of
from
dragging
going-
that guy around.
Yeah, going
So-
forward, I will need checks from all of you.
If that's okay with you all, I'd like a nap or to rest for the day, night. I don't know.
Just so you
Oh,
know,
that motherfucker is heavy.
you guys have like cleared a decent distance from the dragon, but you can feel the cold that emanated from it still. In that you can sense that you are well within the dragon's reach yet.
But I would assume the city is on the in the dragon's reach.
Well, yeah, but not that well.
What is not in this dragon's reach?
The other continent,
Yeah.
maybe Iceland. I don't think it wants to go to Iceland.
Yeah, but just only because she doesn't like the place. The ex-boyfriend.
I don't think anyone actually wants to go there.
Yeah,
The
no.
lich, maybe.
The lich is there. That's why nobody likes to go there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
yeah, that's why he likes
exactly.
to be there because nobody's there because he's here.
It's somebody with a death wish, like a ritual one.
Like me.
Okay, didn't know about that part.
No, I was saying because I picked up a dragon's wormling. That's like a.
Oh.
Right, that part. God, I nearly forgotten how dumb that was.
To be honest, if she comes after us at this point, that's just petty.
I mean, it's not like we
Yeah.
can do anything about it
Whoever
either.
knew white dragons to be petty.
Yeah, of course not.
So,
She just arrives like, I see you're still in my territory. Why haven't you left the continent yet? I said leave and never look back.
are
We're
you
working on.
are you gonna sleep? Are you gonna keep going? What's the plan?
What do you guys think? Do you think we're in the clear?
No, but,
A little more distance
well-
might be appreciated.
I don't know if I ever stop feeling that stops feeling this chill on the.
I'd like to be honest. I don't think even Grey Harbor is far enough.
I mean, we can only go so far. I mean, I think we should try to go as far as we can.
As do I, but that's just a
Yeah, I would
byproduct.
also like not to die from exhaustion.
You won't die if you're a little tired.
You can die of exhaustion. You're aware of that, right?
I think it would be
I am
safer
well aware
if,
of that. I've seen multiple people do it.
I
Right,
think we
so
should.
let's not do that.
I think
They
we should try. I
Got
think we
back
should go
up
for.
and kept going.
I think we should go for another hour and then make a camp.
I agree with
Fine. But if I die, it's on you, and
You
I
know
will
what?
come
that.
back
I'm
to
not
haunt you.
gonna die.
You know what? You won't be the first. You won't be the first one that'll haunt me.
Or me.
Oh wow. Okay. That's okay. At least I
So-
want someone.
Pushing on for another hour, I need all of you to give me a Constitution saving throw.
Yay, more Constitution saving throw rolls. Oh, I didn't roll the second one. There it is. 18 or
Oh,
19.
that's. I need to rest.
Uh,
That's a
Yeah.
8.
I know.
Okay,
I
you
It
rolled
did.
7.
It just missed the one roll.
Okay.
I'd like to use my inspiration.
You don't
because
have an inspiration.
I thought we did. What?
No,
had
that
one
we had
Rough
one.
used it.
It's a
We
group
had one.
inspiration.
Sorry, I thought we
Oh.
had one per person.
I thought it was one
You-
per person as well. I'm sorry.
Nope, it's
Yeah,
one
actually-
per group.
It's a pool.
Let's grab that ball
Okay.
into the void with you.
Into the void with you.
So
I have a point
At
of
this point-
exhaustion.
Yep, at this point, Sirocco, you, Icarus, you, and I believe Reno as well,
Sail.
right? Sail as well, begins to suffer the exhaustion of the day. From dragging these bodies around, from walking in the snow, from just being out of the tundra for an extended period. Rolf, however, a veteran of the land, continues to push, and you make good progress during the last hour as well. Rolf, your friends are somehow, despite you not sleeping at all last night, well, not sleeping enough last night, look much worse off than you do. You feel like you could just keep going, but they are starting to look wary.
Yeah, I think it's time to stop then.
That
I don't know.
sounds.
I don't
Good.
know if it's the fear of the dragon or what, but I don't know how you guys aren't keeping up.
It's called muscles needing rest.
But I'm fine.
I'm not.
Muscles are not the same across people. And I happen to agree with Sale.
For once.
Yeah.
I'll find us another place to rest.
Make me a
Preferably one
perception.
that doesn't have a dragon on it.
I'll try.
Maybe a perception.
If you could also avoid any large monstrous creatures layers as a resting place.
That'd be good.
That is a 13.
I guess I'll
Storm?
take the wolf then.
The storm isn't raging, and it's quite calm for being out in the tundra. You look for a while, but to no avail. There doesn't seem to be any cave or the like, but you do find a small clearing within the trees where you can perhaps set up camp. And though it would not be the most safe place, and it's not really elevated or anything like that, it would at least provide you some space to set up your operations. So, as you set up your camps for the night, you sit around the small fire that Rolf managed to get going. Is there anything you wish to discuss?
Nope. Selen is going to sleep.
I will start telling them about what happened before Dragon came and I didn't want to talk about it, but now I will talk about it.
Wait,
Huh.
you
Normal.
stole a kid?
Do you often take invitations from disembodied voices in your head?
No, it's just I don't know. I don't know. There's something about her. It's I don't know. Maybe she reminded me of somebody. I don't know. But I didn't steal the kid.
Good.
It sounds like you tried to.
I mean, that's what it looks like. But like, I was gonna leave him there so that she wouldn't like murder me. But then he followed me down, and I didn't want him to fall, so I grabbed him out of the air so he wouldn't fall. I didn't want the little guy to get hurt.
And that is perfectly understandable.
I thought dragons can fly.
Well, he can, but he wasn't flying very well, and I didn't want like a stray wind to knock him out of the air.
His mother was right there.
No, he still would have hit the ground before she was there.
If you say so, I wasn't there.
But when you're staring down a dragon, you kind of have no room to argue.
Yes, I've seen it. By the way,
See,
have any of you
You-
called the word she used to describe me? Change?
Yes. What is
It
that?
was- I have no idea.
Also,
Would I have heard
what,
of it? Possible.
Yeah,
what
or
was
have
that
I.
you've done?
Nothing.
You did something.
I do not know what you speak of.
I understand that you seem apprehensive about this sale, but we all just see you change your appearance without any sort of incantation or
I'm
clearly.
sure you must have been dreaming. I did no such things.
Would my character know what a changeling is?
I can. No, you wouldn't know, but you, however, Icarus can make me
Okay.
I just sort of gently prod at Sale's skin.
That's a 25.
Hey,
You probably know what they are.
So-
You met one.
I've met one
You
at the
are
very
one.
least. Oh
you
god.
have, in fact, met a changeling before. Well, meet is a strange word.
You met Sale before. He just had a different face on.
It's more that you observed one as it was being kept captive in an experiment that was being conducted.
So it was Sale.
Creature of grey white skin with the weird descent face that was almost slippery, that was being shocked constantly into changing forms. A minute it was an elf, another it was a human, another it was a dwarf. Its physicality shifting. Your masters were very intrigued by the creature. They were planning to kill it and raise it as an undead to see if it retained any of these properties. Though you saw the initial few experiments, your detail, your assignment in the study changed, and you never got to witness its end. But the changeling, you gather, is a being of some kind that can change its physical appearance on a whim. Though what else is changed about them, we do not know.
So a monster.
Well,
Well, she hasn't told you that
once.
yet. He hasn't told you that yet.
No,
Eh.
I'm no. I'm just based on the description that
Yeah.
Arlie gave. I just.
So,
Hmm.
that's a lot of
Yeah, I will. So
Sorry.
they're
Yep.
basically shapeshifters. From what I know.
So that's what you did.
So what you're telling me is that we can sell him off to the government. No, I'm joking. I didn't actually.
Actually,
say that.
he might. No.
I did no such things. He's a very bad liar right now. Not very good at lying.
So,
I think we noticed.
Yeah, you do, but even if he's not that convincing as normal as liar. Well,
and has this not turning into something else happened before? Or do you
Has it?
do this on purpose? Or, I mean, do you not do this on... Does it not happening on purpose sometimes?
It
yeah,
can
okay.
be reactionary.
See the point now? The dragon part? That wasn't on purpose. That was a reflex. I don't know, I guess I thought that might be nicer to the Dragonborn.
Well, she was obviously offended by it, so I don't think it was.
Well, if I'm gonna be honest, I never met someone like me before.
Well, I've never met
So-
somebody like you before either.
I didn't even know what a changeling was before. And
Listen,
then she
Sile.
said it.
Apparently
Yes.
you are one.
If we, for some reason, wind up in Icewreck, I would suggest keeping that ability to yourself. Because the one that I have interacted with was, they were very rigorous
I'm sorry.
tests run upon them.
Did you just said that you were in ice rack?
Oops.
Fuck.
What? Okay,
Merd,
hold
merd,
on.
merd,
So
merd,
you
merd,
didn't.
merd, merd,
Hold
merd.
Hold on. You didn't tell us the whole story.
No, no, he didn't. He told us that he is, affiliated with the Lich, and he was being chased by the Lich.
No, I was asking. I'm asking
Yeah.
him that.
I
I said.
Yeah. Oh, okay. It's like wasn't the thing that I was telling you about you need to be honest with the people you're traveling with?
Well, not
trust
really.
me, you do
don't
not
have to.
want my entire honesty on this matter.
Spent the last 30 years not telling anyone I could change shapes, so.
I mean, it would be very, beneficial to the survival because remember, we're traveling together. We're stuck together. Your
Yes,
problems
I
become
know
our
we're
problems.
stuck
No.
together.
Because I could change face, and you would never ever see me again.
I have a feeling that fate has a different plan for you.
Yeah, well, fuck fate. I'm here because I want to be, not because I have
That's
to
an
be.
interesting point.
Fate is an excuse
I wonder.
for the people who don't want to acknowledge the responsibility of their mistake.
Sile,
Yes?
Oof.
do
Well,
you
that cuts
think
deep.
do you think the mark would change as well? Do you think it
No,
would
I've
be...
tried that.
Oh.
I tried to change. Well, no, actually, I wasn't paying attention when I changed. I'm just gonna change my arm to an orc arm. I know it doesn't work like that, but he's gonna change real quick to a dwarf. Just a random dwarf.
The mark is very much still there.
You turn into that dwarf that we met once.
He
You
turned
turn
into
into
a
a
dwarf that he met once. No idea who.
It's
Oh.
that guy, for some reason.
Well, that's still here. That's weird. And then back into Sal.
Hmm.
Yep.
Better call Sal.
But yeah. He is a detective as well.
Sil,
Yes?
why haven't you really told us about this? That's a. I know it seems like a personal thing, but still, it would have been. Well,
Because the last time I told someone, they tried to kill me.
why?
I don't know. I didn't ask, I fled. I changed and I never saw them again.
Do you think changelings are, in general, dangerous, or
How would I know that? I've only met myself.
what they shouted at you when they tried to kill you?
I don't remember. I was 8 years old.
That usually, helps you realize why they are hating you.
I think it's the fact that I look like my real face is this, and then it's gonna shift into the changeling form, which is just white as skin, white as snow, with some green fading, some in some places, pure white hair, and a complete white eyeballs. There's no pupils, no irises, just white.
Oh,
We were just all puke.
yeah, that
Okay,
that
that
looks
was
familiar.
Well,
Well,
you got nothing to fear from us.
Well, it does look familiar, but that creature looked a lot grayer than he does.
I think you're younger.
I
the
have
one I
to
saw.
Yeah.
say,
I'm only 30 years old ish.
I have to say, this form is indeed quite disturbing.
I've seen.
And then
worse.
you will shift back immediately to sail.
Oh man, that's a dysphoria. What happened?
That was
Yeah.
just mean, Sirocco.
Well,
Hmm.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, and your face is disturbing. All of you are disturbing to me.
Well,
Oh,
sorry
well, now
about
that's
that, I
That's
guess.
very
that's the truth,
understandable.
Dale.
It took
Well-
me 8 years when I was a kid to realize nobody could change their bodies at
Well,
will.
We
It's
can,
weird.
in some small ways.
Not like I do.
Well, of course not. You're special.
Thank you. I find that not as much as a compliment as maybe it was intended, but thank you.
It was a compliment in full.
What?
I'd never met such an individual like you that could just freely be whoever they want.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
it's
I-
fun. It's nice.
Well, I see it could carry issues for your safety, but it must be freeing
It's
to just
interesting. It
be whoever you want.
gives me a unique perspective on things. Also allows me to go into places that other races aren't allowed.
Hmm.
You know,
It's interesting. It's
you know,
list.
Sale, I feel even though if you would change your face, I feel I could still recognize you.
True.
No, you would
You
not.
do only change
Not
your
if I
body.
truly wish to change my face.
You can't change your personality.
Oh, yes, you can. It's
You
not
can
the first
fake
time
it.
I've done this.
You can fake it, but
I'll fake it long enough and you will be it.
No, I wouldn't say it's the personality.
The way you
There's
walk,
some-
the way you talk. Lots of
Not
things
even
can be
that.
Changed.
identifiable.
It's hard, but mostly body shape would do that for you.
It's not that. I just have this feeling that the familiarity goes beyond the person.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Well, let's see.
I mean,
mean,
you also
you know-
have the tattoo on your arm that stays. So
Yeah,
no.
that's going to be pretty hard to hide. I'm going to be honest.
But you could put a gauntlet over it. or something.
I mean, I am quite skilled with makeup, so I think I probably should hide it.
Slap some foundation on it.
I mean,
No,
you're
you
lying,
need
but
concealer first.
he knows that shit.
Mhm.
No, I just mean that I do believe that those people you get to know closely, you can recognize anytime, no matter how much they change. The important people in your life.
Well, it is very nice of you to think that. You're still thinking of me as one entity. I am not. Right now, I am Sael, but I am not always Sael.
You
Does that
might
make
not be,
sense?
Do you
yeah, you might
mean?
not be Sale all the time, but you're always a friend, aren't you?
Okay, now that's weird.
Hey. In any case, it is a strange day. But the dragon told us what was her name?
I don't know, the scary dragon? That's all I remember.
Some.
How did I already forget her name? I know it's for.
I know her name. I was just role playing.
Yeah.
I don't remember.
Well, I mean, like,
Does
I don't know,
anyone
like,
tell
how
me
I
her name?
forgot her name.
Yeah, Rolf shouted the name
Yeah.
when he returned.
Oh,
what's
I
her
said,
name?
I said, because she like dropped a whole bunch of icicles and one like really almost killed me instantly. And I said, because she said, oh, no, not many people can say that they survived, and then her name. I said,
Forstanica, anyway.
Forstanica. And I said, yeah, surviving Forstanica, my ass, because she almost killed me.
Mm.
But what she said is disturbing. If that she said is true, what are these entities that we interacted with? And what is their plan?
I think that would be a question for the person that is probably the only reason we're not all dead right now, with throats slit in our sleep. And
Well,
unless they are not here at the moment.
his words may be just lies. Or maybe he is deceived as well. I'm interested in what you all think. Can we really trust these entities?
I mean, we don't even know if they're real because Forstanica said that they've been dead for a while, or at least the one that is bonded to me has been dead for a while. And I haven't heard of beings like that just coming back
Guys?
in many years.
Yep.
No response?
What?
Huh?
Hmm?
Well, I'm confused. What?
Hardy?
You asked a question, nobody answered. Confused.
What?
Sorry?
You asked if they can be trusted, right?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
Nobody
and then-
responded
talking.
at all.
And then
Was he? I couldn't hear him. What the
Yeah,
fuck?
Yeah.
Yeah, he
he's
I was
was.
saying, I was saying that
What?
I got so confused because Rolf
Okay.
was in the middle of a sentence.
hello?
Can you hear him now?
No,
Hello?
I can't hear him. What the fuck?
What?
We can very clearly hear him.
What? Hold on, let me try
The hell?
leaving.
That is very strange.
Try leaving and
Discord
rejoining,
doing
maybe, one
Discord
of you?
things. Hold on.
This is so weird.
Okay, hopefully. Hello?
Again?
Hello?
Yeah, he's speaking.
I definitely cannot hear him.
Do you have him muted or something?
Hold on.
That is That is the weirdest glitch I ever seen on Discord.
Yeah.
No, because the thing is, like, you're not even like, you know, crashing or or lagging or anything. So it's not like, oh, he has the highest ping or something, so he can't even hear you. No, you are perfectly fine for everyone else.
Yeah, it's so weird.
Should we try to move to like a different Discord channel?
What happened?
Let's see what happens whenever he comes back.
Do you know?
Did-
Did you miss everything?
I went to the bathroom.
Oh, so
Can you
Artie
hear
cannot hear.
Rolf? First of all.
Yeah,
What?
speak rough. Wait,
Rolf?
Yeah.
speak something.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, what? What about him?
Yeah, so Artie cannot
Okay.
hear him.
Okay.
Made a new voice channel.
Hello, hello, hello. Oh.
What did he say?
I made a
don't
new
know.
channel.
Oh,
Hold on. Yeah, he can't hear me.
I
still.
legitimately cannot hear him. What the fuck?
that is
It-
that
you-
is amazing.
Right click him,
how
maybe
high my
his volume got
is.
turned all the way down on accident.
Yeah.
Is he muted for you? Maybe.
Try speaking now, Rob.
Hello, hello.
Oh, finally.
Okay, there
What
we
was
go.
it?
I don't know. I think it just like the volume. I moved the volume was full, so I moved it to 0, and then I moved it to full again.
Oh, that's a
That is
glitch
so
that
weird.
sometimes happens on mobile to me.
That's
Where I can't hear people
fun
unless I
one.
adjust their volume.
So Rolf, were you were saying?
Yeah, I was saying that I don't even know if we can trust these things anymore because I've heard of things coming back to life, but not like many like thousands of years after they quote unquote died.
Well, we're also speaking about beings that are beyond the realm of mortality.
And
So,
it's not like they came back. They're not here in flesh. We've met possibly their spirits. What disturbed me more that she said that they were mortals that rose against the gods. Well, not the gods, but the unity.
no, I thought you said there was against divinity.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
were
but-
against divinity.
But she referred to the unity afterwards. So I could only
Might be
assume.
Said
different.
unity. He said unity, not divinity.
Oh,
Oh, I heard divinity.
wait, so they actually fought the unity?
Well, I don't think they fought the unity. They tried and were wiped out, clearly.
But like, what could have? Oh, that gentleman probably has answers. The gentleman
I
that put
think
us in
that's
this
a reason
scenario.
to go to port, Jarek.
But are his answers true? Can we trust him?
Probably not. We'll
I
have to
don't know
verify
if we
the
have a
information.
choice.
The only
Like
thing we can do.
information, you verify it, and then
Yeah,
you
the
act on it.
There's
just have to
another
find a way to verify
question
what he tells us.
that came to my mind. The
Yeah.
Order of Unity.
They might have some answers.
What if they're the reason the shepherds are active again, and we have to act in their stead, is because they plan to rise against Unity once more?
Using us.
The question is, why would they do that in the first place? Why raise against unity?
Well, they must have had their reasons.
Already beyond the knowledge that the Unity was the thing that created the
Everything?
primordial being, that created the cradles. Do we know anything about that? Is there like religious knowledge of that being beyond that?
While it might exist, you don't have it.
Okay. That's basically that is the only thing we know about it. That it was, it existed before anything existed, and it created the thing that created the worlds, the cradles, I guess, which are the worlds, or something. Are the
That's what we
cradles the worlds?
probably as like officially available.
You know, when people talk about the cradles, they tend to refer to the world, I guess, right?
Yep.
It might have deeper meanings, but we are not philosophers or, you know, clerics of religious texts or nerds. If only we had our biggest book nerd with us.
Yeah, too bad Doran isn't here.
We have a book nerd?
Yeah, Doran.
Yeah, Doran.
But
I have
that
no
is
recollection of this Doran you speak of.
that is another a question for another day. If we meet that man again.
Well, he
Other
said he's
than that,
meeting us.
should we wait before we return to the city?
Where would the logic in
Wait
that
for
be?
what?
Well, right now there's still maybe a week before our decided meeting. If
Well, we should.
we continue at this pace, we should be back in the city in 2 days.
I mean, you got to realize that when we bring the bodies back, they're gonna have questions for us, and that's gonna take a while. So we might as well get that out of the way.
It's
Yes.
not entirely wrong.
Yes, but if we stay in the city for 5 more days, the information might be 5 days ahead of us,
Well,
heading towards Bladestone.
I'm sorry to ask, but why do we want to do anything about Blackstone?
Wait, hold on. I got a question. Is the dragons territory? Is that on the way to Bladestone? Oh,
No,
God,
not
he
really.
can't hear
The
me anymore.
information,
Okay.
the dragon's territory is off the path.
Yeah, it just goes out to hunt on the path.
Okay, I just didn't want to have to run into her again.
You see, Sale, I think the loss of the High Lord would be a great issue for this land. While he is reclusive and somewhat cruel, I guess, in his decision making, he is still an important political figure. A sort of force in this land holding society together. Am I correct in that, Artie? Is that a sort of
Yep,
true assumption?
that's what the council does, and as the head of the council,
Yeah.
he's part of it.
Because I'm making this shit up for on the spot, but I guess I'm somewhat close to the reality.
Close
His
enough to make
death-
the assumption.
His death could cause a great ripple in our society that would extend beyond what we know right now.
Okay, hear me out. Why do we need to transfer the information?
Because we don't know who we can trust.
We also don't know who we can trust. And the plan is already going on the way. Their plan is already underway.
Well, we
I mean-
prevented the assassin from delivering the information that the captain was killed.
As far as we're aware, no one knows he's dead.
Except us.
Yes, but if he doesn't return in a couple days,
Yeah, they're gonna
To
be
the city.
suspicious.
Well, they might send a search party. The
Well,
search
then-
party might already have left.
Well, then we go to Port Jarek. We tell them the news. We show them whatever evidence we've found. If it works, good for us. If it doesn't, we improvise, and then I guess we just leave for Bladestone.
Yes, but there's still 5 days till he comes back to Port Jurek.
Well, then you'd have to find us.
But that was the reason we returned to Port Jurek and
Okay.
didn't start
We
heading
can-
towards
Sirocco, we have
Blaistone
to
the first
choose
day.
what is more important:
We
knowing
could,
more about the shepherds, or making sure that the Lord is aware of the threat.
I mean, we could also leave a message in Port Direct.
I'm
Form.
just saying, as long as we do not return to Port Jurek, it is not confirmed that the captain is dead.
So do you
That's
want just to go to Bladestone?
No, I want to go to Port Jurek, but not right now.
You want us to wait 5 days in the forest?
Well, maybe not 5 days, but if we only have a couple days, the information will not get ahead of us. Or at least not far enough that there will be an issue. On the
You're
other
assuming
hand,
they don't already know as well.
well, we killed the assassin.
Yes, but who knows? Maybe the Lord gave his bastard an enchanted necklace that would warn him if danger were to befall upon his son.
I only had a ring and it didn't seem magical.
Yeah, but we don't know that for sure. Maybe the ring lost its magic.
So, what do you suggest, Sale?
My suggestion is go to Boljarek, ping the news, and then to Bladestone. And if we see the old man, good for us. If we don't, he'll have to find us.
I mean, I think that
I turn to the others.
I mean,
I believe that's the safest course of action.
you said it yourself, Sirocco. If harm were to befall upon one of the lords, of the Lord of Bladestone, harm could befall upon the continent itself. And since we
If
don't
there-
know anything about the shepherds, as far as we're aware, nothing dangerous could happen with them. Or if it's dangerous, it could be in 10 years. Or in 100. It could also be tomorrow, so...
If only we had a way to communicate with the city faster. Is
This
there
may
any way,
sound
Artie?
stupid, but...
I mean, like from you that you guys have nothing.
I have a question for all of you. Have you tried communicating with the shepherd?
Not yet, but I do plan to try tonight.
Because I
as
think maybe
also.
one of us should try. That way we skip the old man, and we can go straight to Bladestone.
I think we
I mean,
all should try. We
I,
have questions.
I don't even know where to do that. She's only come to me. I don't know how to contact her.
Try
Well,
meditating.
Try your best.
Dreams can have insight,
Eat
and
this
vision
berry.
can appear in dreams. What? Why are you laughing?
I just said eat this berry.
Look, a good berry.
Oh no, it's the very good berry.
Right,
It's like
it's the
Sokka's
edible berry.
cactus.
It's also made of blade wood.
Oh god.
A Bladewood?
You know, it's a special blade wood. That goes the edible berries. Anyway, uh, so if you all agree, then I will not interject. We should head to Port Jurek as soon as we can and leave as soon as we are able. There's still the issue of them trying to, possibly hang us for killing those people. But hopefully we can get out.
Hopefully we
Uh,
can.
Is it like still midday or anything?
No, it's dead of the night.
Oh, it's dead of the night. I think that this is a
We were
discussion
setting
should...
off for a long rest.
Okay, I wasn't sure if like the time had changed anything. I think this is something that we should talk more about in the morning. I think the idea of seeing if we can contact the shepherds, is a good
Maybe-
idea.
We always say that we're going to talk about it in the morning, but then always something happens during the night.
So then
listen.
we won't talk about it in the morning, and I give a little like eyebrow.
Eyebrow
Eh?
wiggle. Ah, yes. This famed method of communication.
I just assume that Sales eyebrows just rotate.
Okay, he's still bound by anatomy.
I know, but it's funny.
I don't know. I can unless I can shapeshift as an ooze into an ooze.
Dr. Ooze. If ever there's going to be an official, mimic sub race, I'll make Dr. Ooze.
Now there's
Dr.
an official ooze race.
Isn't that Unearthed Arcana still?
I think it's available when they release Journey into the Radiant Citadel, or in
Ooh.
Spelljammer, one of those.
The Shitadel.
Citadel.
Sorry, I don't know why I said Citadel.
I know.
It's
I'm just picking-
preemptive shit talking.
Because you're
I'm just-
French.
Oh,
I'm
it's
just-
Journey.
I'm just
Why
picking
is
on
it?
you.
I feel insulted. Yeah, I think it's the Spelljammer book.
Mm.
Which is in a month ish.
Dr. All.
I cannot wait to not pay for that.
And in any case,
Okay.
I guess then we talk about it. I mean, not talk about it in the morning.
There you go.
Just wake me up when the wolves come.
The
Will
what?
do.
Wolves,
I'll take
dragons,
first watch.
orcs,
I'll take second watch.
living snowmans, men.
Okay.
And I guess we take a long rest.
Yeah.
So you all bed down for the night, wondering to yourselves about the deal you've made with these beings known to you as the shepherds.
Reduce your rations, guys.
Unless you're eating
I
good
shall
berries.
not.
No, we're only eating good berries when we have to. They're not
Okay.
good for you.
But they're good berries.
Yeah, but they make your piss funny from it.
There's
Excuse me.
asparagus. There's asparagus.
They're asparagus.
But
I'm fairly certain they're not good for you.
sleep finds you in your current state fairly easily. Who's staying awake to provide the first watch?
Yo.
Icarus.
Make me a perception check. And since you have exhaustion at disadvantage,
Right.
Disadvantage.
Do you want to just like pass out?
No,
No.
but
Oh no.
you do become preoccupied with thoughts of, well, being misled, perhaps, or being unaware of the full extent of these deals you've made. And you find yourself wondering about the events of the day, about all the things the dragon said, and how they affect you. And then you feel a pull on your ring, and you know that there's someone watching. And that preoccupies your mind for a bit.
More than a bit.
But your watch comes to an end with
I'm waking
not
up Ralph.
much happening.
Oh
You
boy, I
wake
can't
up
wait to be
Rob.
led again.
Rob, you come to wake, and the fire burns barely. You add some more kindling to it, and picks up a little bit more. You warm yourself at the fire and sit around it, watching your friends sleep. They didn't get the full extent of the dragon's menace that you initially had alone on that tower, not knowing if you would live or die, holding on to this tiny worm and unaware of whether it was clinging on to you because you're the first thing it saw, or just clinging on to hold you back so its mother could catch you and eat you. But you sit there and you watch. So give me a perception check with disadvantage.
He would have disadvantage anyway because he doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, 9.
You sit there and you watch the night pass you by. And you wonder the occurrences of the day. You wonder if this woman that you danced through the night with is truly who she says she is. Or is it just an illusion? You
Okay.
watch as the forest life makes its own little buzzing sounds, its own cackling calls through the night. And you watch until you don't any longer. Until
Artie,
your brow
sorry.
begins to slip and you begin to feel the weariness of the night. But your watch passes uneventfully. So do you wish to wake up? And yeah, but
Artie, would he be able to look at the ball during
Yeah.
the long rest?
say that he was.
No, sorry. I was just wondering in practicality. So during your
Yeah, he
watch, you
could
were,
definitely look at the ball, but
Yeah,
next time.
yeah,
I mean, I was trying to look at it earlier.
but you were talking to other people earlier. It's
Fair
okay.
enough.
So at the end of your watch, let's say, as you're looking at this ball, you are trying to keep a lookout, so you're a bit distracted. Make me an Arcana check.
I'm trying to
Shake
check.
it.
Oh, lovely. Oh wait, no, it's with disadvantage, right? Yeah.
Are you trying to attune to it? Are you trying to spend time with it?
Yeah, I'm trying to spend time with it. So that was a 16.
All right. You sit with this object, this round or ball thing, and you stare into its depths at this tiny black bead in the middle. And you feel yourself connecting to it. It's definitely magic, that you can tell just by a glance. So, what kind is foreign to you? But as you attune to it, as your mind comes into contact with it, as you form a bond with it, you begin to see patterns within it, movements of the wind, of the ice that flows through it, and they begin to make sense. You reach out with your mind, with your consciousness, and you feel your consciousness touch another. And you hear a voice in your head.
Already, little one.
I got yelled at.
I see that you have unlocked my gift. I see that your curiosity has led you back to me. So, little one, I will watch from afar as you go on this journey. That is my gift for you, to be remembered by one who will far outlive you.
At least somebody would remember me.
You hear this dry chuckle.
I have not spoken to another in nearly 600 years.
Must have been lonely.
I do not feel lonely, kind. We are built for this life.
Doesn't make it any harder to be by yourself for that long. Or does it make it any
presume
easier?
to understand what I am, what I have been. Your kind are nothing like mine. I only do this in need of knowledge, of understanding on how you have managed what I have not.
No,
Do
that
not mistake this familiarity or this item as a friendship or a token. It is merely a tool to keep an eye on you and watch your exploits.
that is fair. I was only trying to put myself in your position. I mean, I apologize if
cannot.
that was.
You can never put yourself in my position. It wields so much power. It commands so much debt. It's mind numbing to speak with someone as little, both literally and figuratively.
Rock is gonna chuckle. Yeah, I suppose you're right.
I always am. Good night, then, little one. Do not disturb me. I will call upon you in high desire.
Well, then, good night to you as well. I'll be looking forward to those calls. He's gonna shiver.
The orb begins to pulse and then it darkens. The wind's beginning to settle inside it.
What have I gotten myself into?
Uh,
Hey, you're pen pals with a dragon.
I've now pen pals with a dragon. Lovely.
This is when you realize the orb is actually cursed, so you cannot,
Get rid of it.
stop the
who,
attunement.
who would do that?
It's an orb that's all purple and it, I can't get rid of it even if I throw it.
Who would do that? That seems cruel.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, well, at least it's definitely not going to eat away your, soul, consciousness, and
Memories.
personality.
Not that I know of.
But
So-
it might cure your lung disease.
I mean, it's not a disease. I just was horrifically wounded.
So, your watch ends. Who do you wake at the end of your watch?
It was Icarus that woke me up, right?
Yep.
Yep.
I'm gonna wake up Sirocco since he has a third eye.
Alright. You wake up Sirocco and Sirocco.
You're up.
Watch as you wake how Rolf looks a little bit disturbed. As though he's seen a ghost. But, okay, go on.
Rolf, did anything happen during your watch? More wolves? Orcs?
No.
Dragon?
No. I made a terrifying discovery about this orb, but it's nothing that's dangerous. He's gonna look at it in his hands. He's gonna be like, "Ugh."
I would be more. I would enjoy it more if you wouldn't speak in this much of cryptics and just instead tell us what's the issue most of the time. I feel that you try to present a mysterious aura or something, but I have no idea what you're talking about.
Just okay. So this gift from the dragon is actually a means of contacting her, and she is very intent on seeing what I do because how could I have awoken her child from their slumber?
Ah, wonderful. Another powerful being watching over us. I
Ooh,
bet
let's see if we
that's
can get more.
Well, just make sure to not do anything that displeases her, I guess. Because then probably she's going to come after you once again. Good night.
Thanks. I'll go to bed with that. I'll sleep nice tonight. I appreciate it, Sirocco.
With comforting words.
Yeah, comforting.
I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I know. Now you wonder why I don't tell you things.
Sirocco, you sit down
Rebecca.
next to the campfire, preparing for your watch. Give me a perception. Straight roll.
I know. Nice.
Your mind is filled.
Alright, I think at this point, I just close my two eyes and try to open the third.
You're gonna try to open. Give me a religion check.
I'm trying to see if I can get access to the vision.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh. That's, I think, just a 16.
Alright. You concentrate on your third eye. This entity that now rests within your forehead. Not quite your own, though not quite foreign either. You try to materialize it. You try to awaken it. You reach for its source. You empty your thoughts and your mind of all else. Your watch forgotten. And you look inward and outward. You can feel it there, the eye, right behind thin skin on your forehead, refuses to open, will not be pounded. You reach further into your mind and reach for the being that gave you the eye. Your vision black from closed eyes. You feel it pull out. Your eyes are closed, yet you see around 5 sleeping friends. Your body standing, sitting next to the campfire, unmoving, third eye open on the forehead, looking around. And across from you, across the fire, sits a formless being. You can tell who it is. Once again, you cannot place their form, cannot make out who they are or who they are.
If I remember correctly, even in the vision, he didn't even have any physical form. He was just an eye.
Yep. Through the flames, they stare at you. Well, you call.
Well, you've seen it, heard it. Any comments?
You know what that thing was.
Well, according to her, a being of several millennia old that witnessed the death of one of the shepherds, or possibly all.
Do you know what dragons are?
Is it a trick question?
No. I just wish to know how far your knowledge extends in this.
Well, for simple people like myself, dragons are creatures of legends. The ones that live for possibly the longest of all races. And possibly
Yes.
the powerful ones.
While it might seem so, they are much more than that. They are aspects of us, of the unity, primordial. Each one finds a better trait. They are not, well, just creatures. They are part of divinity itself. Though they do not know that themselves. They are not evil, they are not good, they are not benevolent, and they are not malicious. They just are. I would not. I would not hold it against a dragon if it chose to kill 50 humans. Because
So,
that is simply its nature.
Ari, what did you say before that? I couldn't catch.
I would
You
not
wouldn't?
hold it against a dragon if it chose to kill 50 humans.
Ah, okay.
Because it is simply a part of its nature.
I'm fairly certain they kill much more than those.
It's an example.
But I understand what you're saying. Still, you did not explain what she said.
You know what is the trait that
I'm back.
white dragons represent?
Are you sort of cutting out?
Said, do you know what is the trait that white dragons represent? And he leans in, sort of, into the fire. Their faceless face coming more into focus. Its sharp quartz-like edges appearing more clear.
Viciousness.
Treachery. And it fades and your vision retracts back into your being. Morning comes as your friends begin to rouse.
Well, that didn't explain much. But I guess that's just another puzzle piece.
All of you wake up, find Sirocco just staring at the fire, thinking to himself, is there anything you wish to discuss before leaving for the day?
So, any of you had any success contacting the shepherds?
My mind was elsewhere. What about you?
I don't think I did.
Rolf had a bit of an Rolf had a bit of an encounter. Well, not with the shepherd, apparently.
What did he do this time? Rough? And he's gone.
He did say he was going for a bit.
It seems. Well, he's here. Well, I thought he just said I'm back.
Oh, is
I
he?
know, it's a bad joke.
Oh no, I'm here. I was muted. Sorry, what? I don't know how I got muted. I just unmuted my mic.
I just said that you had a nighttime encounter, and from now on it seems that we have a new companion coming along with us.
Yep, I explained what I to everybody else what I told Soraka.
Which is?
That the dragon gave me this orb, and it's to watch me to figure out how I could have possibly gotten her child to hatch better than before she could.
Right, doesn't sound creepy.
At all.
Probably should have mentioned it if she's watching.
The orb just turns.
I can only imagine that she's just amazed that I'm
giggle
still
fit.
alive.
No, the thing is, like, instead of having like a children's channel for the kid, it just plays you going around, fumbling idiot.
Now this, son, is what you don't do.
There's
Puny
what,
humans like this need to be killed.
what does the insect do on the screen now? Yes, it's eating. That's what we do with them. I myself try to delve into my own mind to get in contact with the vision. I was Jesus, what the fuck is that in the background?
I don't know.
My brother walked in watching the video.
I was somewhat successful, but beyond confirming the power of the dragon and its connection to divinity, they were not really helpful with more information. It felt as if they were holding back something.
At least your shepherd doesn't try to get you killed.
I'm not certain of that, but
well, they didn't actively put you in that position.
I'm also not certain your companion was trying to kill you. More along that she seemed careless. Based on what you've said. I do not believe it's just a circumstance that she brought you to the dragon's lair. But
well, obviously she did it on purpose, but the purpose I do not know.
Well, in any
Do you not
case,
know?
What?
Do you not know the purpose?
No, she just said that the child will remember me, and that's all. That's all she said. She didn't really tell me anything.
That was the first time you mentioned that.
What?
you didn't say told us to us yet. You did not say any
Mm.
time that.
I'm gonna. All right. Oh, well, I'm just gonna say. Well, the only thing she said to me was that the child would remember me. That's all I know.
That is odd. The dragon did say that the child is to replace her, to be the new frozen terror of this continent. I think she used the phrasing, he will be the one who brings the frost.
I will. I would like to remind you that I still do have the orb, so we should probably not talk about this as much.
Are you carrying the orb on you, like physically, like just holding it in your hand all the
Well,
time?
Well,
It's like a bowling ball sized item.
I don't really have anywhere else to put it at the moment.
It also weighs about 4 pounds.
Do
So
you
add
have a
that to your carrying
backpack?
capacity.
Yeah, but I don't think it'd fit in the backpack because I have a whole bunch of stuff in there, right?
It probably fits.
Take some rope, make netting out of it, and carry it in that.
Yeah. Also add it to your carrying capacity, just so you.
You added it, or
No,
are you
you
adding
have to add
something?
it.
I don't know how to add it. I'll just add it to the sheet.
Yeah, that's all you need to.
Well, I mean, like I don't know what my carrying capacity. I don't even know what I'm holding on to.
It's your strength times 15, I believe.
My strength times 15.
I think it's stupider than that.
I'll just call it Dragon Orb.
I feel like it's strength times 15.
How you said 4 pounds?
Yeah.
Yeah, strength score multiplied by 15.
Yeah. So your strength score is what on your character?
Hold on. 9.
9 times 15 is your carrying capacity. And
That
that's
is
your max.
135.
Yeah.
That's your max carrying capacity.
Is that? Oh.
Encumbrance comes before that. I think
Yeah,
encumbrance is of halfway to that? Or is it
no, it's
No,
like
nice, no.
thirds. It
The third.
thirds.
thirds? Okay. So basically,
So
you
a
can carry about
a third
35
you
pounds.
okay.
After
What
which
do we-
you will be encumbered. Which means half speed and shit like that.
Yeah. So yeah, if you carry weight excess, what? So if you're carrying 5 times your strength score, you're encumbered. If and your speed drops by 10 feet.
Alright. Oh, it's a 10 feet, it's not half speed. Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's much better than the half speed. Let's go.
Yeah. If your carry capacity exceeds 10 times your strength score, up to your max capacity, you are instead heavily encumbered, which means your speed drops by 20 feet. And you have and you have disadvantage on ability checks, attack rolls, and saving throws
That makes
that
sense.
use dexterity, strength, or constitution.
Basically, don't carry anything above like 2/3.
Yeah. And do you do the basic encumbrance as well?
Which is? No, I don't think I will.
Just no, I don't think so.
No, I think that's enough.
So basically, if you because I don't think that case.
I
Or,
don't
you
think
know,
that case.
or carry anything.
Yeah, it's this much is fine in terms of like the thirds and the 2/3, and that's about acceptable. Beyond that, I don't think
You know, like my basic equipment is near my heavily encumbrance.
How much was? What is your strength score?
7.
Oh, that's your bad. Don't
I
care.
rolled that.
I mean, you put that in strength, you put it in anything else.
I just love how like
Put it-
two
put
of
it
us
in a
have like no
dumbass.
strength.
And the thing is, like, I'm not even carrying that many things. Like, I have some
Yeah,
torches,
weaklings
I have
don't
some
carry a lot
rope.
of things. Weaklings.
I'm going to have to sell my torches because they are too heavy.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing though. Weaklings don't carry a lot of shit. That just makes sense.
Yeah, I keep most of the torches in the ring.
This is the first campaign where I think your being a strength character actually matters. It's actually a benefit, and just dump it.
And two of us aren't strength
No,
characters.
literally, we don't have any strength fair character.
Unfortunately,
We don't.
Hmm?
Unfortunate, really, but until you find something to carry, then perhaps a bag of some kind.
Otherwise,
have
we have to keep everything in the room.
Yeah,
Uh,
the room of
The room have-
requirement.
Hold on, does the room of requirement? Does the room have infinite storage? That's the question.
it's not infinite. It's not infinite though.
It's basically infinite.
It's a
It's
room of
full-
holding.
It's full of my personal stuff as well.
Yeah,
Don't
basically
care,
what
we're
it is.
taking it over.
You cannot enter.
Okay.
Unless you're dead, in which case you can enter.
Well, if I
Because-
bring you in, I literally have to carry you in. So,
So,
on that note, to I think it requires us to trust each other more than this if we want to get out of this unarmed.
That's what I've been saying.
Can we agree on this? And I look at Sail.
I mean,
I look at Icarus.
It keeps me not undead. Yes.
Can we agree?
At this point, you
That's-
notice Hayden is fucked off.
Yeah. You know, she was not willing to share any more secrets.
She yawned.
Sail, can we agree to not withhold our secrets from each other as long as we travel together? Of
I
course,
will not withhold secrets if they are relevant to our situation. They're not.
course,
I'm not sharing.
I do not ask you to share your private life with us. Just that you do not withhold information that might save us if we would know.
I don't think there's anything to say besides I am well versed in many of the language of the continent. I spend some time in Bladestone, some time in Niensha, and some time in Muggles. That's most of it.
Well,
I-
I'm sure there's much more to yourself, but I'm sure that
Yes,
will
but-
come up.
Some things I don't share. Actually, I don't talk a lot about myself.
I'm just saying that we shouldn't keep secrets from each other, as trust is the only thing. You said before, Sail, that we do not know who we can trust.
No, I'm pretty sure you said that.
Well, you said that I said we don't know who we can't trust, and you said we don't know who we can trust.
Right. One
I
thing
think my-
though, I would really like you to do: don't tell people I can do that.
Do
Of
what?
course.
Exactly.
Exactly.
But
Well, it is part of my identity and might be useful. It is my own secret to share.
It also would be more useful if less people knew. In
yes,
theory.
But so far, no one. I haven't met anyone who was able to know what I am. The dragon queen. I don't know if she's a queen, but
Dragon.
she sounds like she would be.
And she pretty much is. I
Queen.
say that
is the
holding.
first person to recognize what I am in 30 years. Agree. I don't advertise it, but yeah.
Well, in any case, to answer your question, we should be able to trust each other. And for that, I will tell you, I am a person who made a contract. A contract with a creature not from this world.
Would I know what a warlock is?
Yes.
Would I know what
think it's-
one is?
It's somewhat common knowledge, right, Ardy? What
People
a
know that
warlock-
warlocks exist. It's just that most never meet one.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Wizards,
Oh, so you're a
wizards, and
warlock.
wizards and sorcerers are much more common than warlocks. Most people have the sense to not make deals with
Yep.
crazy extraplanar creatures.
So,
So that
you're
just
an
makes me
idiot,
concerned
Sirocco.
that somebody of your caliber, Sirocco, is a warlock. I wouldn't have expected.
Yes,
It has-
you
You
seem
seem
quite
smarter than
intelligent.
It
I mean, well-
happened somewhat by accident.
how
And
do you make a
came with-
deal by accident?
You'd be tricked.
They didn't
more,
read the fine print.
more along the lines, you should be careful about what you wish for.
Mm.
But before that, I was the member of the Druidic Circle of the Blade Forest. But more importantly, I wanted to show you this. I sort of put my hand forward with the gold ring with the huge red ruby on it. Actually, on the
It's pretty.
It is where I took the bodies. It is a space where I can enter and take objects with me.
You have your personal extra dimensional space. Okay, cool. That's okay.
Well, since we're spilling our guts, if you're done, Sirocco.
Is it extra dimensional space? Yeah, it's extra dimensional space. Make sure not to put the extra dimensional space into a portable hole.
Don't do that.
I think that's a great idea. I think we should do that now, actually.
No.
That was a reminder for Hig.
Who's Hig? I don't know who Hig is. What are you on about, Sirocco?
So yeah, I walk over to the two bodies and sort of grab onto them. Just like this. And I disappear into the ring. It just falls onto the snow.
Interesting.
Wouldn't it be funny if we picked it up and chucked it?
I don't think we should. We don't know what the consequences of that would be. But I'll be sure to tell him that you said that, Icarus.
Tell him that you said that and. I might have a problem with
Oh, come on. No time for jests?
jests aren't very common in school from which I
Well,
hail.
I've almost died at least, 3 times in the past 2 days? I think I've earned it.
Fair. Perhaps you have.
So how long is he going to be in that ring?
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah.
Artie, can we say that at this point that the ring sort of floats up in the air,
Yep.
and I
Okay.
return with the ring on my finger.
Yep.
It doesn't say that the ring,
Huh.
I return on my finger when I return. It would be just very weird that I have to pick it up every time from the ground.
What I'm gonna say is, as you see the ring fall and him disappear into it, you wait a few moments and you talk with each other, and then you watch as the ring flows slowly into the air, and as it appears to move in toward one of you, you see as Sirocco appears out of thin air, and the ring is on his finger.
That is
You know,
not the oddest thing I've ever seen. Quite
an idea I
interesting.
had that would be really useful if we needed to infiltrate somewhere. We could have him go in the ring with a specified time and just chuck it in somewhere, and then, he could pop out.
Interesting
You know,
use.
that is something I've done before. But
So
I have to say, with someone much more capable of hiding their presence, I don't think that will be necessary.
understandable.
Very understandable.
Well, nevertheless, we best be on our way. There's still a long journey ahead of us towards the port.
Well, I could spill my guts to you guys while we're on our way then.
Just try not to literally disembowel yourself.
No promises.
With that, as you begin packing up your camp and moving out for the day, we will end today's session. Pick up next week with our